Hey everybody, happy Halloween. Yes, it's the Monday edition on WTF Nation Radio. I'm your host Redleg, and I'm in a hurry. As I had a little minor accident here in the studio. Which fucked everything up. If I could, the thing doesn't look so good here. Let me fix that. There we go. Happy Halloween, everybody. I hope that if you take the kids out trick-or-treating, you abide by all the necessary safety precautions. And be as sober as you possibly can, and watch out for the kids. Number one most important thing. So for those of you who are not out participating in the trick-or-treating activities, such as myself, because, I have to go out and be around people, welcome to the show. And no, Mark, I didn't spill my beer on the board. I'm not drinking beer. I was actually, when it was showtime, when the show kicked off, I was trying to make a drink. And then my fucking dog came through here and knocked my camera over is what happened. That's basically what happened. But, okay, let's get down to brass tacks. Let's get down to business, as it were. First of all, phone lines are open if you want to call in and talk about anything. 415-889-8367. No PT belts. Hello to the folks for... I'm not drinking beer. I didn't say I wasn't drinking, Terry. I got a bottle of whiskey, but no, I'm not drinking beer. If you'd like to call in, 415-889-8367. I do have a couple of topics to talk about tonight. Hello to the Girls for Gunslingers crew. How you doing? Thanks for listening and watching. And, of course, hello to the hometown crowd, WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments. I'm going to play a game a little bit later tonight. It's a new one. It's similar to something that we've done in the past, but not quite. I guess if I had to call it something, I would call it, do you even Army, bruh? Or maybe, do you even military, bro? Whatever. It's going to be rapid fire 5 questions when I start the game and when I ask for you to call in to play the game. Rapid fire 5 questions. You get one wrong, I hang up on you. We go to the next one. We go to the next caller. That's how that works. There's a story that I saw. I guess it was when I did my Friday show that I didn't get to. The actual write-up of the story is rather lengthy. I had not heard of this. And just stumbled across the story, so I thought I would share it all with you tonight and get your feedback. But the first thing I need to do is take a drink of this. Oh, yeah, it's the stuff. The story goes, and I have pared it down and edited the story a little bit for, not for content, but for length, for duration. So this is my abridged version of the story that I have written. In March of this year, PFC Raymond Royal, age 22, and PFC Corey Anderson, age 20, had spent the night out drinking in Itaewon, which is in South Korea. Yeah, girls do love length, but not Joseph, please. Those of you who've ever been to, I guess, the U.S. Army garrison in Yongsan have made the trip to Itaewon. Both of these guys were mechanics. Royal was stationed at Yongsan, and Anderson was stationed at Camp Humphreys. Anderson was visiting Royal for the weekend. Now, these two guys were buddies. They went to basic together. I'll get to that in a minute. Just after midnight on this particular night, Royal and Anderson decided to wrap it up, call it a night. They took a taxi, which dropped them off near Royal's apartment in Itaewon. Royal and Anderson began roughhousing. Royal pushed Anderson with 2 hands, a shove to the chest, and Anderson fell backwards. Just as Anderson tumbled into the street, a car veered around a corner, blew through a blinking red light, and ran over Anderson with both axles. The car stopped, the police arrived, and 12 days later, Anderson died in the hospital, hooked up to a ventilator. The Army charged Royal with manslaughter. So the hearing that would determine whether Royal would have to face a full court-martial began in October, this month. Now, a young Korean man had seen them at the bar. He hadn't known about their relationship and how they were good friends, and he'd seen them, quote, fighting, as he described it. and was alarmed enough to call police. When officers arrived at the scene moments later, they found Anderson bleeding on the street, with Royal frantically trying to move him. According to police, Royal then tried to flee. The hearing officer, Lieutenant Colonel David Delaney, would hear the evidence on both sides, then recommend an outcome to Commanding General Thomas Vandal, who would make the final decision. In October 2014, Royal went to basic training at Fort Jackson, where he met Anderson, and the two bonded immediately. They even had it arranged for the two of them to go to Korea together, and that's what happened, and that's where this incident took place. The prosecution's case seemed clear-cut. It had the testimony of Kim Yong-sik, a young Korean man who had witnessed Royal and Anderson, as he put it, fighting. He testified he was so alarmed by their behavior that he called police. Then there was Kim Byung, age 42, an office worker who had hit Anderson in his sedan while returning home from a social gathering. He testified that he was sober, that he obeyed traffic regulations, and he did not realize he'd hit a person until his wife screamed from the back seat. And then a Korean police officer, Lim Ji-hun, testified that Royal attempted to flee when officers tried to apprehend him. But under cross-examination, their testimonies began to break down. In a cross-examination, Kim Yong-sik, who was the young Korean man who previously testified that he'd witnessed Royal and Anderson fighting, let me see. Let me back up. Let me backtrack. He said that he'd been drinking that night and was too far from the soldiers to see or hear them clearly. Then the policeman, Lim, said that officers had not attempted to apprehend Royal before he supposedly fled. And dashboard camera footage presented as evidence showed that Kim Byung, the driver, blew through a blinking red light seconds before he hit Anderson and continued driving for several seconds afterwards. During cross-examination, the defense asked, the police didn't ask for a breathalyzer, to which Kim replied, no. Did you find that surprising? The reply to that, I don't know. Did the police officer even ask if you'd been drinking? He says, I don't remember. Am I the first person who was asked whether you'd been drinking that night? The dude paused and then said, I think so. Now, Anderson was rushed to the Yonsei University Medical Center. His prognosis was good. He'd sustained injuries to his ribs, jaw, and kidney, had a lacerated liver, and a concussion, but the doctors miraculously expected him to heal. Days later, the hospital hooked him up to a ventilator, and suddenly his condition began to deteriorate. Karen, who is Corey Anderson's mother, walked into his hospital room and sat by his bedside. She said, do you know who I am? He nodded his head and began crying. She said, I love you. I'm here. We're praying for you. Your sister's here. It's just a minor surgery and you're coming home. Do you believe me? And he shook his head. She continued, I hate to ask you this, but was this an accident? Then Anderson's eyes went wide and he nodded. Karen said, stop moving your neck. And then Anderson mouthed the word, Royal. So, in light of the situation, he's more concerned about his buddy than his own well-being, the guy who pushed him into the street. Karen says, I'm going to make sure Royal's okay. And Anderson mouthed the word, promise. And Karen replied, promise. You got to keep in mind the guy's on a ventilator. And so he can't really speak. He can only mouth the words. After Karen reassured him that she would make sure Royal's okay, he again mouthed the words, promise, Royal, okay. Nearly 2 weeks after Anderson entered the hospital, he died from acute respiratory distress syndrome, which is a buildup of fluid in the lungs. Lisa Rivera, an Army doctor who had performed Anderson's autopsy, originally told the prosecution that his death was probably caused by injuries resulting from blunt force trauma. Yet, a pulmonary expert and Rivera herself, under cross-examination, suggested that Anderson's death may have been at least partially the hospital's fault. James Lineback, a San Francisco pulmonary internist, testified that acute respiratory distress syndrome is caused by mismanagement and is actually very common. He says applying a ventilator is a very, very labor-intensive and very complex, and it's difficult to monitor the different variables. The hospital may have made a mistake with the ventilator, he continued, or neglected to administer the proper antibiotics to prevent an infection. Rivera, the Army doctor, under cross-examination, said her initial supposition was only a, quote, guess. In 2012, a commander banned alcohol sales after 9 p.m. On post to promote, quote, the health and welfare of the military community. Yongsan obviously has a drinking problem. The soldiers died in this incident. I don't think they can walk away from it, says Eugene Fidel, a lawyer who teaches military justice at Yale Law School. No one thinks he was malicious in what he did or that he wanted to kill his friend, Pardo, the government prosecutor, said in his closing statement. But the big picture, we're dealing with a homicide, and that's why this is appropriate for a general court-martial, he added, pushing someone into a road in Seoul that may have resulted in a death. I know I was responsible for Anderson falling into the street and being hit by Mr. Kim led to Corey dying, Royal said near the hearing's end. I dream about that night often. In my dream, I'm often aware that I am dreaming, and I try to make the night end in a different way. Even in my dreams, I'm unable to change what happened. I'm sorry in a way that I don't know how to express. A week after the hearing, the Yonsei University Medical Center released Anderson's medical records. They showed that Anderson had contracted 4 infections in the hospital, including pneumonia. On October 21st, Delaney, the hearing officer, sent a memo to General Vandal, the ultimate authority on the case. I do not recommend that he be tried by court-martial, he wrote. In the end, after all the evidence was presented, after all the arguments were made in court, it was the mothers who may have mattered most. Vandal left a business card by Anderson's hospital bed, and on Thursday, Royal's mother made an appointment to visit him. He was kind, she said, and listened carefully. He looked at me and said, "Do you truly believe in your heart that this is an accident?" She said, "Yes, I would lay down and die right now if Royal could come home." And on Friday, the general granted Royal administrative discharge. Royal would have to leave the military, but he would go home. It was a tragedy, no doubt, and that's the end of everything that I have written. It's a tragedy, no doubt, and I'm sure this kind of drives home the point that even a situation where you're with a close friend, your best friend in this case, that there's always the potential for an accident, especially when alcohol is involved and when roughhousing and grab-assing is involved, probably much to the chagrin of first sergeants and sergeants major the world over. One person died and another person's life was ruined, and it touched everybody that was close to them. I'm not going to pretend to get on a soapbox here and preach to you guys about horseplay, about grab-assing. They're kids. You were a kid. I was a kid. I can't count the number of times that I got drunk downrange in Korea. Well, not downrange, but downtown in Korea. And it turned into fuckery, turned into grab-assery. That's what soldiers do. This story is it's a heart-wrenching, terrible story, and I don't wish something like this on anybody. I guess the one thing that stuck out in my mind the most is that the Army, the machine, felt it necessary to even charge this young soldier with manslaughter, which is a form of homicide, and then to pursue it to the point of hearing testimony and having proceedings, and then passing it up to General Vandal, who says, "I do not recommend a court-martial." Guys, call in with your thoughts if you'd like to. 415-889-8367. 415-889-8367. I don't guess there's really much that you could say about this story other than, hey, I've probably been in a similar situation where the roughhousing and the grab-assery kind of went a little too far and somebody got hurt. Certainly not to this extent. One of the recurring questions in the original version of this story, which is available on the LA Times, by the way, I think that's where I got it if you want to check it out. It's a really lengthy story. One thing that kept popping up in here is who is responsible for this guy's death? Who do they pin the blame on? Was it his buddy who pushed him into the street? Was it the driver who ran through the red light? Was it the hospital staff who was at least partially negligent, if not completely culpable in this guy's death because of their mismanagement of the ventilator, resulting in acute respiratory distress? Or does it even matter? Do we have to blame somebody? Does somebody got to take the fall for this? It's a tragic accident. And by all accounts, the mothers and all the other people who were involved, they weren't looking for, they're not out for blood. Let me get the phone here. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air.
Hey, Red Leg, it's Dimas.
Hey, what's up, man?
So, judging with the fact of that death that you're talking about, where the grab-assery and shit, right?
Right. That's what young soldiers do.
Okay, yeah. But I think what the issue is going to end up being is going to be with the families of that person. Within the unit, I don't think they're really going to complain or really say shit because they're used to it. Because, I mean, let's admit it, we all rape each other on a daily basis.
So are you thinking that maybe the families are looking, or because if you go read the story, the two mothers actually met in Korea and embraced each other and leaned on each other for support. I
think they're going to need more closure. I think it's the family side that's going to need the closure. If anybody should be held responsible, in the end result, it's going to be the chain of command.
Well, I've seen a couple of different comments that said the driver's responsible because the driver ran the red light and ran over this kid. I think it was just an unfortunate set of circumstances that all came together and resulted in a tragedy.
Too.
So I guess my question to you, D-Max, is does there really need to be someone at fault for you to have closure?
Technically, in the end, there always has to be somebody at fault for there to be closure for somebody.
So who takes the blame? You said the chain of command. Elaborate.
Well, the chain of command is the one that put that driver in that position. So either they take fault or they bring that person up on basically, like, they're the ones at fault. Like, you know what I mean?
Okay, I'm having trouble.
I was a driver.
Well, I'm having trouble following you.
Over.
You understand that the driver was a Korean civilian?
No, I did not know
yes.
that.
Yes, this happened off post. The driver was a Korean civilian. Yeah. So is it? I mean, now is it the chain of command's fault? Because I don't think you heard the entire story.
Yeah, that gets complicated then.
I mean, I don't.
That,
you can approach this from a number of angles, and you can throw the blame out there, but the end result is still that a young man
honestly
died in the hospital.
What ICE's opinion is.
You what?
Well, I would honestly wonder what ICE's opinion is.
Oh, you want to know what ICE thinks? Well, ICE can call in and tell me. Everybody's welcome to call.
I think ICE would have a pretty good aspect on this.
You know what, man? I think the blame here lies in it just happened, dude. Why does
shit happens sometimes.
The driver ran a red light. If the driver hadn't run the red light, then this kid wouldn't be dead. But if these kids hadn't been grab-assing, the one never would have ended up in the street. We could do this, what if hypothetical devil's advocate shit all day. Let me get this other call. Just you can hang out, D-Max. Hang on. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air. Turn your radio off for me, please. Caller, turn your radio off, please, for my sanity and yours.
Hey, how's it going tonight?
What's up, man? Who's this?
Yeah, this is Joseph Stehart.
Hey, Joseph.
Hey, how you doing tonight?
Good, man. What's on your mind?
Yeah, man. I was just thinking about everything you guys are going over. I mean, the driver is completely responsible. None of that would have happened with all the grab ass. Even if soldiers were to go and do that, at the end of the day, you got to blame the driver. He was drinking. He was under the alcohol consumption. None of that would have happened. We always make mistakes all the time. Us soldiers always getting drunk, doing things we're not supposed to. But if that car wasn't there, it would have never hit him.
You're right. If the car had not run the red light, then this kid probably would not have gotten run over. And if the kids hadn't been out there, playing grab ass, then this wouldn't have happened. And if the hospital had done their job, then the dude would not have gotten 4 infections, which, by all accounts contributed to his death. And, and if my aunt had a dick, she'd be my uncle. It's all just a bunch of unfortunate shit that all came together and happened at once. And I appreciate the fact that in the story, the journalist made sure to point out the fact that the mothers were supportive of one another. Okay, but somebody asked, what's the real issue? You want to know what the real issue is? I'll tell you what the Army thinks the real issue is. Alcohol. Alcohol played a part in this. The driver, Jacob, I don't know if the driver was intoxicated. It was never established. The police, based on the testimony, the police didn't even ask the driver if the driver had been drinking at all. But it does say that the driver was returning home from a social function. Read into that whatever you will.
Okay. I mean, you think that would have been the first thing they would have, thought, was ask them and give them a breathalyzer after you hit somebody? You think that'd be the first protocol they would do?
Right, but Korean, we're talking about the Korean National Police talking to a Korean driver about running over an American. Do you think maybe that had something to do with it? Oh, you ran over a soldier.
I would say yes and no. From a South Korean's perspective, I would imagine that they would want to get that covered in all aspects. They would want to make sure everything on their investigation was covered accordingly, because the first thing that's going to happen is the chain of command is going to reach out and they're going to contact him, and they're going to ask every question that they can in the book. And everything, if it's not done the way the book goes, they're going to have unanswered questions, which we have now. We have all these questions that we don't have. So at the end of the day, what do you do from a chain of command perspective? How do you blame this person? Who do you blame? How do you blame? Where do you even start?
Well, it looks to me like the Army started with charging the kid who pushed his buddy into the street with manslaughter. That's what the Army did. That's what the Army did. It's the first move they made. They charged this 22-year-old kid with manslaughter because he was playing, fucking grab ass with his buddy and pushed him in the street, and the kid got ran over. That was the Army's first move.
Yeah, that's true. I can totally see that happening. Following with a bunch of meetings on Friday about what you're not supposed to do.
So yeah,
but at the end of the day, you can also look at the hospital. Okay, you can't really blame a hospital for diagnosis. I mean, let's be fair. Doctors, they guess all the time. They make mistakes all the time. That's what being a doctor is about. So I don't really think that we can label the doctors. It's a really tough situation here. There's a lot of stuff that became unanswered, and there's a lot of questions that I still think that need to be answered. But at the end of the day, you're right. That soldier, we shouldn't have pushed his buddy in there. It was all bad circumstance. It was just a bad circumstance.
So do you think that the hospital is off the hook? I mean, the dude had 4 infections that all set in after the ventilator was put in place. Now, I'm not completely in the dark here about this because my sister is a respiratory therapist, and this is the kind of shit that she deals with, and she's always talking about airway management and keeping all that stuff clean. So because it's the complications of having one of those tubes in you is that it contributes to infections. The dude had he died from acute respiratory distress syndrome, not as a result of blunt force trauma, as the Army doctor who performed the autopsy originally said. In fact, the Army doctor, under cross-examination, recanted that and said her initial supposition was only a guess. So we have an Army doctor guessing at the cause of death.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. Then I didn't listen to that part, I guess. That's unacceptable completely. There needs to be an investigation on that, of course. I mean, immediately. Any death that's caused by uncleanliness needs to be addressed immediately.
So I'm not on a witch hunt here for the Army. All I'm saying is, when I feel like something's fucked up, I feel like something's fucked up, and there's two things that are majorly fucked up here. One of those is that the Army's knee-jerk reaction was to charge this kid. The other one is that this Army doctor who performed the autopsy got on the stand and said his death was probably caused by injuries resulting from blunt force trauma, and then recanted her testimony and said, well, that's just a guess. Because a civilian expert, a pulmonary internist, was called in to testify about acute respiratory distress syndrome. Seems to me like if you go to medical school for all those years, you might at some point learn like medicine to know what the fuck you're talking about.
Basic cleanliness, basic fundamentals. I can agree with that. I didn't realize they flip-flopped on the case. I thought it was, hey, we made a mistake here, and they publicly noted that. But now that you're saying that it wasn't blunt force trauma and that was on their end, that's unacceptable. If you got somebody coming in for a certain issue and they die and leave your hospital for under your care, that's a lawsuit. Period. No matter how you look at it.
Kudos to the defense attorney who defended this kid, because the prosecutors were going after him. They were looking for a prison sentence, man, manslaughter, for an accident where the dude accidentally killed his buddy. And they said, well, there was a death, so we gotta charge this kid. Unacceptable.
Absolutely.
Let me grab another call, dude. Thanks for calling in.
Yeah, appreciate it, buddy. Thanks for your time.
All right, bro.
Okay.
Good night. WTF Nation Radio, you're on the air. Who's this?
Hey, this is Joe.
Hey, man, what's happening?
Not a whole lot. I just wanted to comment a little bit on the whole thing being discussed with the South Korea incident and all that.
Sure. That's why the phone lines are open.
My guess is that the whole reason why the Army had a knee-jerk reaction to charge him was possibly to get the whole investigation under light, to try to get all the details and everything.
Oh, that's a good point.
As far as, excuse me, sorry, getting a little bit of a cold, but maybe try to find findings from the hospital and stuff like that. Be able to get them under a little bit of scrutiny to make sure that they followed proper SOP and things like that. So
you think you think the end game here was to fucking charge this dude with manslaughter and with the full realization that this kid's gonna freak the fuck out because not only is his best friend now dead, but now he's going to be essentially hung out to dry.
Hey,
and you think maybe the Army's ulterior motive was to bring everything.
Give them a little bit more convenient authority, so that way a person of higher authority can say, "Look, we initially set out with these charges, but now we want to, recommend maybe lesser charges and maybe give a wider berth to, work with." You know what I mean?
Man, that's a little bit of a stretch for me, Joe. Because
I'm just grasping at straws.
Yeah. I'll give you my honest opinion about why they charged this kid with manslaughter. Some fucking military attorney from the JAG wanted to take a case to trial and win it, so he could have a feather in his cap.
Possibility.
I mean, that's my unabashed opinion. I think that's why.
Can't necessarily disagree.
You make your name at the expense of someone else's. I hate to say that's a shitty thing to say, dude, but I don't see any other angle to approach it from except the one that you're talking about, which, again, to me seems like a bit of a stretch. Unless I'm just, I don't understand how the game's played.
Yeah, I mean, you got to think where they're coming down with the charges, but they're getting all the evidence and, looking at every possible answer before they try to ruin somebody's life is a possibility. You know what I mean?
That's kind of a shitty way to do it. I mean, it's, you've been.
I'm not going to disagree with you on that.
Legal system, man. A lot of times these guys lose sight of the fact that they're, the currency that they're playing with is people's lives and freedom. I mean, this kid's out of the Army. He's not in prison.
Yeah.
He walks away from this. But what if the kid wanted to be a career soldier? Hey, Vivian, if you want to call, you can call us on Skype. It doesn't have to be a phone call. If you really want to call from Germany, public service announcement. If you want to, if you'd like to do the Skype thing, it kind of sucks that you have to jump through so many hoops, but it's. And I'll even type it in here for you guys if you'd rather use Skype as opposed to actually calling on the phone. It is, bear with me for a minute, Joe. WTFNR.PHONE. And then you have to send a contact request. You can't just call because of Skype sucking. I'm sorry. Microsoft took over Skype and now it sucks completely. I hate Microsoft. I did not. That's an angle I never would have approached this from, Joe. I hope that you're not right.
It's one of those. It's just kind of trying to look at broad spectrum and see all the possible pieces and all the possible moves and everything. So it's just kind of you got to look at everything, I guess.
What a shitty way to go about it. I mean, don't we have pretty good diplomatic ties with the status of forces agreement is what it is. I'd like to think, considering the fact that we've been in Korea for over half a century,
years,
right, that we would have a fucking good, decent working relationship with them. But, in the back of my mind, somewhere, there's that sneaking suspicion that not all of the Koreans appreciate the American presence there and that they would take care of their own first. So maybe that's why there was no investigation into whether or not the driver was impaired.
I mean, the guy leaves the social gathering, but there was no breathalyzer after dash cam or anything like that.
Right.
It's just there's some fucked up shit going on, man.
There is. Something else I just realized too. I just caught a glimpse of myself on camera. I forgot to cut my hair today. I usually cut my hair on Mondays. I look terrible. More terribler than usual. Yeah, I look bad. Hey, dude, thanks. Go. No trick-or-treating tonight? No kids?
Nah, nope.
My kid's 16. Not much trick-or-treating going on with my kid. So, and I try not to go out into public if I can help it because people freak me out. It's this weird anxiety thing I have with being around people, which is kind of ironic considering, well, maybe not ironic. I always misuse the word ironic. It's kind of weird that I have this thing with people, being around people when I host a fucking radio show, this thing where people can call in and talk and I chop it up with folks. But I feel comfortable.
In front of people is different.
Well, no, I just feel comfortable with this audience, the military types. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are no military types around here where I'm is in the Memphis metro area. It's all just barbecue and a lot of homicide, crack rocks and stuff around here.
Yeah. I'll let you off here so you can get somebody else on the air.
All right, brother. Thank you for calling in. I appreciate the
no problem.
the substantially different point of view that I otherwise would not have looked at.
All right, man.
Have a good night. You too. Wow. Never thought about it that way. You know what I mean? That maybe that was charging this kid was a ploy to get everything like under the legal microscope. I wish I had had the foresight to talk to the U.S. Army What the hell was that? The U.S. Army WTF Moments legal representative to get his ideas on this. In the middle of the show is probably not the best time for me to go hunt him down, especially since I don't have a co-host tonight. So you would have to listen to nothing, or just the sounds of me breathing and wheezing. All right, I'm going to turn the page here, guys and gals. I know by now all of you have undoubtedly heard about this. Major General John Rossi was found dead July 31st at Redstone Arsenal, 2 days before he was to assume command of the Army Space and Missile Defense Command. The Army said Friday that they have determined that suicide was the cause of death for General Rossi. He's the first Army general to commit suicide on active duty since record keeping began in 2000. They just started keeping up with this in 2000? Military suicides soared earlier this decade and remain a major source of concern. They typically have affected lower-ranking military members. General Rossi was a West Point Academy graduate and an air defense artillery officer by training. He had just moved onto Redstone Arsenal and was scheduled to be promoted to lieutenant general when he took command of Space and Missile Defense Command. A written statement by the Army made no mention of what might have prompted Rossi to take his own life. And D-Max says he's calling bullshit on the general committing suicide. I don't know. Listen, man, depression and suicide it manifests. Okay, depression manifests differently in different people. You may not always see the signs. The reasons for people wanting to take their own lives run the gamut. They're far-ranging. People don't always exhibit signs before they decide to take their own lives. In fact, more often than not, I believe, it just kind of comes out of nowhere. And here comes everybody with Hillary Clinton talking about, I don't think, really, guys, come on. The fuck out of here, Taylor. I don't think Clinton had anything to do with this. Maybe, and I'm just postulating a theory here, maybe General Rossi, it just caved. Could not handle the stress anymore. He's going to get his third star. He's going to assume command of a major organization. Maybe it was too much for him. Maybe he'd seen and been forced to do some things that he, nobody truly understands another person's demons. I know you're just messing with me, Taylor. Trying to get a laugh. I appreciate that. Nobody truly understands someone else's demons. Nobody truly understands what's going on in someone else's head. The best thing that you can do as somebody's battle buddy, whether you even really know the person or not, is to keep an eye on them and speak up if you see something. Pull them to the side and say, hey, man, what's going on with you? Are you okay? Yeah, I'm okay. No, bullshit. You're not okay. Get involved, man. 22 a day, that number's bogus. That number's based on data that's incomplete. It's more than 22 a day. That is a tragedy. I fought my fight with depression years ago. I struggled with suicidal ideation years ago. It's painful on a number of levels. It's not something that you can do on your own. You need a support network. If you find those thoughts creeping into your head, whether you've dealt with them before or not, talk to somebody. Say, hey, be blunt. I'm thinking about hurting myself. People will come to your aid. Okay, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking about this other than to tell you that you need to do something to help yourself. People care if you live or die. Don't attempt to convince yourself otherwise. And now, I'm taking a drink. Usually, I'm a little more classy and do this in like a highball glass. Not tonight. It's too much fucking work, man, to make drink after drink after drink when he could just do them like Costco style. Fucking bargain, economy size drinks. I mean, it's not economy liquor. It's just a big ass drink that I'm working on here. Did you guys hear about the new Upgun Striker? They've taken a Striker and put a 30 millimeter cannon on top of it. Whew. The U.S. Army recently took delivery of the first Striker combat vehicle. I used to not do that. If this is your first time listening to the show, there was a time where I didn't belch on the air, and now, whatever. I mean, we're all adults here. Why does this keep doing this? I need to get my technical expert in here. I keep hearing myself. Keep it away from 3CR. Joey, here we go. The upgraded M1126 Striker vehicle will be known as the Dragoon, which is the name of the 2nd Cavalry Regiment. This according to an October 28th Army press release. Here comes the official dribble from the Army. It's important to realize the genesis of this event, said Army Vice Chief of Staff General Daniel B. Allen, speaking at the General Dynamics Land Systems Maneuver Collaboration Center in Sterling Heights, Michigan. That's a lot of capitalized words in succession here. Following the 2014 Russian invasion of Ukraine, Army leaders in Europe identified a capability gap that threatened our forces in the theater, says Allen. The Russians, it turns out, had upgraded and fielded significant capabilities while we were engaged in Iraq and Afghanistan. In other words, while we were busy doing other shit, Russia was upgrading all of their shit. Army leaders recognized that existing Striker weaponry placed U.S. forces at, quote, unacceptable risk. Most Striker vehicles are infantry carriers, and they're armed with 50 caliber machine guns or Mark 19 automatic grenade launchers. So the urgent operational needs statement submitted in March 2015 resulted in a directed Striker lethality requirement, one that included an accelerated acquisition effort to enter. Who the fuck wrote this article? English, motherfucker. Do you speak it? My audience listen, guys, I apologize. I'm reading this verbatim. It sounds like a lot of fucking, it's overly official. Military.com. Come on, guys, you can do better than this. Who's reading this? They put bigger guns on Strikers. That's what happened. Next story. Jesus Christ. I apologize, listening audience, for boring you to tears with all of that shit. Oh, boy. I should have prepared a little better. Maybe by drinking more of this whiskey. Phone lines are always open, everybody, by the way. 415-889-8367, 415-88-WTFNR. If you'd like to go, allow me to direct everybody to our official website, WTFnationradio.com. Where you can check out previous shows as podcast, our live chat. That's kind of a big deal. Read up on the team here. Contact us. And the contact us includes a number of things, including a link where you can contact our VA representative. Now, why is that important? Well, because for many veterans, if you get the runaround from the VA, if you don't know about the resources you have available or are having trouble accessing said resources, you can go contact our VA representative through our website at WTFnationradio.com by going to contact us. Our VA representative, stellar. Absolutely 100% will take care of you to the best of their ability. Handle it, guys. If you're running into roadblocks with the VA, go around them. Let's see what else is on our website. Ooh, the shop where you can go buy WTF Nation Radio merchandise, which we'll have more of soon. Right now, it's just stickers. Got more coming down the pipeline. Stay tuned for that. The ever important donate link which I don't know if you guys are aware of this or not, but WTF Nation Radio is 100% listener funded. We don't advertise. We have no revenue coming from any other source. I had a dude ask me one time, if it's on Facebook, why do you need money? I'll give you guys, if you go to our YouTube channel, there's a video on there that's kind of a behind the scenes thing that I did. This hardware doesn't pay for itself. Like, we got to get the money from somewhere. We got to keep the lights on. I got a phone bill to pay. I got server and licensing fees to pay. So, throw us a couple of bucks. We'll keep doing this. If not, then I guess, I got to go get another STD. Whoring myself out to people. Sometimes you got to do desperate things. And then there's the content thing. Okay, all right. And what else? There was something else I was going to mention, but I can't remember. I'll just drink more. Oh, recruiting. Yeah, we're looking to fill some billets, not blivets, ice. We're always looking to add to the staff. So if you think you got what it takes to be part of the WTF Nation Radio crew, and we have a number of different positions here, on the air, off the air, and kind of support roles and so on and so forth. If you want to work for WTF Nation Radio, we offer a comprehensive benefits and compensation package, which includes absolutely no money. And that's about it. Like, we're not going to pay you anything and you have to work. Onward and upward. I was going to save this for after the break. Top aides for Hillary Clinton on Monday accused FBI Director James Comey of, quote, a double standard in his handling of the investigation into Clinton's use of a private email server as Secretary of State. Translation, the Democrats are butthurt. Clinton campaign manager Robbie Mook called on Comey to explain why he rushed to disclose new information about the status of the investigation into Clinton while reportedly opposing, on the grounds that it would be too close to the election, public statement by the FBI that the Russian government was seeking to influence the presidential race. Now, here we go. Translation. The Clinton campaign thinks the FBI is wrong for opening this can of worms again this close to the election because it's going to hurt Clinton's chances at winning the election. And they think that the entire thing was orchestrated that way. Really, Clinton campaign? Let's just completely ignore the fact that she has already once been investigated by the FBI for the mishandling of classified documents. Now, I dropped part of the blame for this in the FBI's lap. Why didn't you catch this the first time? Why are we reopening this? You should have gotten everything handled the first go-around, FBI. Okay, but you didn't. And now the spotlight's on Clinton again, and it's not pretty. It's negative. Hey, Clinton campaign, you guys got to suck it up, man. I'm not gonna deny the fact that both of these candidates are both lying shitbags. Clinton more the liar, and I guess Trump more of the shitbag. I got no love lost for either of you, but it really sticks in my craw that Hillary Clinton was investigated by the FBI. The FBI even went so far as to say that, yes, Hillary Clinton did mishandle classified documents. But we don't feel like she meant it. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. Whether or not she meant it, I get, as a former police officer, I understand that there has to be opportunity and intent and motive. But, I mean, isn't it your responsibility as somebody who has clearance to handle classified information to know what the mishandling of classified information looks like? You should immediately be prosecuted, whether you intended to mishandle said documents or not, based solely on the fact that in order for you to obtain a security classification, you have to be briefed in on the proper handling of classified documents. She didn't intend to do it. Get out of my face with that. I says Comey's going to shoot himself in the back of the head. That's one of the funniest things ever, that people come up with this, every time somebody goes against Clinton, they end up, quote, committing suicide. Hello, Geraldine. Good eye. Did I say that right? From Australia? Good eye. Hillary Clinton, indeed. Listen, guys, I got to take a break because I'm going to show you the recruiting video. And when we come back, don't forget, I'm going to do this Do You Even Army Brah game a little bit later in the show for your chance to win a prize. This is going to be a good one. I'm going to put you guys on the spot and test your knowledge. Stuff that you should know. Absolutely should know. No bones about it. I'm going to take this break and I come back and we'll do more of the show. I got a couple more hours left of the show. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back in just a few minutes right here on WTF Nation Radio.
Broadcasting live from the basement of a Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
What's up, guys? This is Matt Best, and you're listening to WTF Nation Radio. So listen the fuck in.
Take a look inside your life. Is it so bad? Is this where you draw the line? 'Cause it's so sad. Tell me where you lost your faith. Is it so bad? Couldn't see it in your face. And it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. While you keep it in your head, is it so bad? Never heard a word you say it, and it's so sad. Tell me when you lost your way, 'cause it's so bad. Wanna see you when I pray, and it's so sad. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Is it what you want? Is it what you needed now? Is it what you breathe? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you feel? Is it what you're feeling now? Is it what you wanted? I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down to me. I'll wait until you come back down. Hello, you. Will you come back down to me? Hello, you. Will you come back down? Hello, you. Won't you come back down to me? Hello, you.
So I recently did a kind of an impromptu. All right, let me give you a little. You guys who haven't been around for long, give you a little backstory on WTF Nation Radio. When we started, oh my God, in March, the first week of March, in 2015, when I first went on the air, I used to do 4, sometimes 5 shows a week. I used to play a lot of music. And as the programs evolved and as the stations evolved, I've kind of evolved my format. But I used to do a lot of music because music is a major part of my life. As a musician, as a fan of music, and so on and so forth. I'm going to add that I've been goaded into by Jay Reddy and various other staff members and listeners. I've been kind of goaded into maybe doing some more music shows. The downside of which is that I can't do a lot of it on Facebook Live because my nose is really itching. I can't do a lot of it on Facebook Live because of copyright issues. Facebook Live doesn't like me playing music. That's basically what it boils down to. Regardless of licensing, I'm just tired of fighting with Facebook Live about it. So I'll be doing more music-oriented shows every so often, but you can only hear those on WTFNationRadio.com and on TuneIn Radio and so on and so forth. They won't be, on Facebook. So I guess the reason I said that was I just played a couple of songs by a band called Rail. The band's no longer together. The band that I was in used to share a bill with that band quite often here in the Memphis metro area and, in surrounding areas. I know there's no copyright issues with them, so I played it. That's it. Music stuff. Ice has threatened to call in shortly. He's got to do Baby Ice. He said, I think what he said was, I got to throw some food at the kid, and then he'll be along. Yeah, Freeman, fuck Facebook to an extent. I mean, it's an outlet for which a lot of people can access us that otherwise. Wouldn't be able to or can't figure out WTFNationRadio.com or just don't care to go to WTFNationRadio.com, which is unfortunate. Okay, so let me do this. Guys, gals, we recently went to Denver, Colorado for the first annual Freedom On Festival. And we took some photographs and shot some video, and I thought maybe that I would share some of these photos with you. Oh, speaking of Ice, there he is.
Hey, what's up, man?
Did you throw food at the kid? Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, well, I've caused some controversy in my neighborhood. I guess walking around with a toddler with a hanger wrapped around him isn't like...
That's a poor taste.
He didn't mind. I mean, he was okay. Just people thought that was very ghastly. And I'm like, it's fucking Halloween. Fuck.
It's funny. Some people can't take a joke.
So, yeah, I was throwing some, throw some food at him. And, of course, the infamous Skype update, which is more scarier than fucking Halloween anyway.
Right,
so.
That's one of the scariest things that happens to me nightly. It seems like it's all the fucking time, dude. I'm so over Skype. Whatever. I'm not here to bash on Skype. So I was just talking to everybody, Ice, about the Freedom On Festival. And we hung out with some people. And we took some pictures. And let's see. Let me share these with the Facebook Live audience. That's Raptor Mom. And then that ugly dude is Redleg. And then Matt Best. And Eli Cuevas. And then that other ugly dude is Pie. You guys probably know who Matt Best is. Probably.
I think.
Some of you may know Eli Cuevas. He's the guy behind the Drunken Debrief. And a good dude, man. I mean, Matt's a good dude. Eli's a good dude. Very down to earth. And I'll tell you this. Eli gives great hugs. And he's a handsome guy. No homo. Some of you may know Mindy Robinson. Mindy is an actrice. She was in Range 15. She was, spoiler alert. Give everybody a second. She was unceremoniously executed in that movie. Mindy's awesome. Also very down to earth. A lot of fun to talk to. If you weren't watching the live feed from the Freedom On Festival when we went down there to cover the event, if you missed our interview with Mindy, you missed a treat. She is one of the I'm looking for an adjective here.
God damn, Jay Rady's a big boy.
Raunchy. She's raunchy. Jay Rady is an impressively large human being.
Fuck.
Jay Rady is you have to experience Jay Rady in person to fully grasp how large of an individual that dude is. He's a big teddy bear, but he's big. He's an imposing dude.
Man.
Here we are. Here we are with Nick. Everybody struggles with Nick's last name, Palmisciano from Ranger Up, and Pie, who's fanboying on Nick. Redleg, who's sitting there looking like a dick. I'm one of the least photogenic people you'll ever encounter. and then Jay Reddy, and then that's Rob, the director of operations for Black Rifle Coffee. Good dude. Which I think I should mention that Evan and Rob, Evan for sure, possibly Rob from Black Rifle Coffee, going to be on the show soon. That should be fun. They're good dudes. Evan bought, you see all the drinks on the table in this picture? Evan bought those.
Damn.
Sent them over to us from the bar. Good dude.
Did he know who you guys were at least? I mean, he's like, oh, fuck, that's Red Leg and that big imposing.
Probably not.
And dude is Jay Reddy and that obnoxious British dude's pie. Did he know that? I mean,
I'm going to give it a 99% probability he had no idea who we were. And that's okay. I mean, I got a free old fashioned from the dude, whatever. Not an old fashioned like hand job, a drink.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are sitting down and Jay Reddy is standing up and he's fucking towering over you, man.
Well, he's a big dude.
Big kid.
So after the Freedom On, hold on. I'm getting ahead of myself. So one of the people that we had the privilege of talking to on the air at the Freedom On Festival was Bucky Lasek. You know, Bucky Lasek is a legend in skateboarding and X Games type stuff, and he's gotten into racing. That dude is cool as a fan. Later in the evening, I encountered Bucky in the men's room. A very intoxicated Bucky Lasek in the men's room. That was it was one of those kind of surreal moments where he's like, "What's up, bro?" Just real nonchalant, down to earth, like, you know, I'm not a celebrity. I'm not a professional, you know, racer / skateboard god / you know, that type of dude. He's like, "What's going on, man?"
Yeah, this is the bathroom, though. I mean, you're all in there to do the same shit.
Does the bathroom put people on equal footing, Ice? Is that what it is?
Yeah, y'all whip it out and you're both pissing.
It's the
great
great equalizer.
It is. Chicks don't do that because they all fucking, you know, they're on little compartments and rooms. They all stand in line outside. Guys just stand around. Fuck, we even use a sink sometimes. You know what I mean? Fuck it.
Yeah, desperate times call for desperate measures. I've pissed in sinks before. No shame here.
Yep, same here.
And why not? It's all going to the same place.
Exactly. And it's a goddamn bar sink. If you're fucking doing, you know, oral hygiene and then you're fucked up.
By the way, the Grizzly Rose in Denver, Colorado, enormous. I had no idea this place was this. I mean, every corner you turn opens into another giant room. I was disappointed that nobody got on the Mechanical Bulls as far as I knew. They have 2 of them. Probably for the better. So we met with anybody who has listened to the show or knows anything about Matt Best knows that a while back a young lady who's a Gold Star wife, her husband was killed in action, made a video asking Matt Best to go to the Rakkasan Ball, and he accepted. And Rachel actually made it out to the event. So in this picture, it's Rachel's friend, whose name eludes me. Kaz, also an imposing figure. Kaz is a big dude. Okay, let's just say for comparison purposes,
Probably wearing a fucking PT belt in that pic.
Yep, hi. I'm 5'10". Kaz is considerably taller than me. Kaz is a big guy. So that's Rachel's friend, and I feel like such a dick because I forgot her name. And then Kaz, and then Pi, myself, Rachel, and Raptor Mom. And hiding behind Raptor Mom is Doc Madness.
I was wondering who the fuck that is.
That's Doc Madness.
It looks like a little old black chick with a fucking afro.
That's all you get of Doc Madness.
Yeah, there you go. Main page guy right there.
Yep. Hiding. I think it had something to do with the fact that the sun was still up and he was uncomfortable out in the sun. The vampire type. So the day after the Freedom On Festival, there was a poker run that was put on my Girls for Gunslingers. Also, a great bunch of people. The organization, they're outstanding in what they do for this community. Danny is one of the sweetest people I've ever met. And she was instrumental in putting together this poker run, which was also a benefit. The route that the poker run took was kind of out in the boonies, and at one point, I was pretty sure that we were lost. Hence the picture here. I was looking at the map, trying to figure out where the hell we were. We were in one of those places where there's not even a hint of cell phone service. But the scenery was beautiful. The drive was beautiful. It took us several hours to complete it. It was well worth it. I'm from the Delta. A lot of flat terrain and not much to look at. So you can imagine my being awestruck by the scenery in Colorado. We went up and up and up and up into the mountains, and we eventually reached well over 8,000 feet. That was gorgeous, that scenery. And some of the places that we stopped were also breathtaking. Pi drove the entire route. Well, mostly. He drove a lot of the uphill stuff. The dude scared the fuck out of me a lot of times, too. He does okay.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
The drive, not you, fucker. You're ugly.
Well, that's not me. That's Pi driving.
Oh, okay.
I'm shooting the video. Come on, dude. You can't tell me and that guy apart.
No, okay, now, see, okay, there he is. Okay, now I see Pi. He's like, oh, look at, I can't fucking drive. Look.
Look at me. I'm driving.
Oh, and I'm transgender. Hey, is he fucking high on this fucking drive or not?
No, he's not.
Oh, okay.
We were all recovering. You got to remember, dude, this was, so we left the Freedom On Festival, and I didn't want to leave, bro. I was having a great time, but they kind of closed the place down. So we left. Hey, Chris, if you're tired, go lay down and get some sleep, dude. Chris is typing the word yawn. Go get you some sleep. But don't need you sleepy.
Who is this Chris you speak of?
Chris Hardy. Apparently takes exception to the fact that I'm talking about the Freedom On Festival. Just a major event that we were a part of. No big deal.
I mean, like the first annual, probably the biggest WTFNationRadio.com event that we could. I mean, because it's first annual. Right,
which means there's going to be more. He'll probably yawn his way through all of them. Yeah, whatever.
Exactly. So that Chris ain't coming though. Is that what you're saying?
Hey man, well, I mean, he can come if he wants to or not. Oh my God, dude, my background looks so fucked up right now. I'm terrible at this. I can't get anything right tonight. All right, so there were the go-karts. That was Pi's idea. The go-karts were Thursday, the day after we got to Colorado. That was funny. All these adults out here racing these go-karts at Unser Karting and Racing in Denver, Colorado. I can't wait till we get the entire video of this put together. I laughed until my sides hurt at these adults out here racing go-karts. That was great. All right, that's enough reliving that.
Oh, okay. Spanky was there, huh?
Yes. Oh, yeah. Spanky was there.
She didn't have Blivets get in the way of her driving or some shit?
Our Blivets were okay. Kaz did not fare very well with the driving. He drives like a grandpa. Came in last in both races. Everybody, if you're trick-or-treating tonight, remember your PT belts. Make sure you if you're forced to take kids trick-or-treating, remember to impose the tax. I think 30% is fair. It's like 30% of the candy is yours for being the adult who takes the kids trick-or-treating. Mrs. Redland and the garbage dog just came through here. What?
Fucking Sweet Tarts or fucking Jolly Ranchers. I'm talking like Snickers and
the Reese's Cups.
Reese's Cups, yeah.
Yeah. It's important that you get your cut of the good stuff. Allie says she's already imposed her tax on the trick-or-treating. I said earlier in the show, I got a 16-year-old. She's not really interested in trick-or-treating.
the fucking teenagers. Those are the worst ones. At least be in a fucking costume when you show up to the door.
Right, they'll show up with your pillowcase and the same thing that you wear to school.
Yeah, exactly.
At least
Unless
make an
you're
attempt.
A 15-year-old in college, fucking cheerleader, then yeah, feel free. I'll give you some candy, all right.
I mean, I granted, I look like I'm wearing a mask, but I'm naturally this ugly. I had a guy at work today accuse me of coming to work in a mask for Halloween. Ha ha ha! Very funny. Oh, can you guys hear my neighbor's dog?
Did he speak English? No, that's Baby Ice, I think.
No, my neighbor's dog's barking.
No, I can't hear him.
Yeah, I'm gonna go out here with my stun gun and possibly my paintball gun and maybe a baseball bat. I fucking hate it. I'm not kidding, dude. Drives me nuts.
And your neighbors just don't do shit? Are they just like, oh, my dog barking again?
Well, listen, I have neighbors on each side now. I had a talk with the neighbors on one side yesterday because Saturday, a day during which I like to relax in the relative silence of the neighborhood, and Mrs. Redleg is usually gone for most of the day, and I just try to enjoy Saturdays. My neighbors put their dog out at shut the fuck up! At 8 o'clock in the morning, and that dog barked for 9 or 10 hours, nonstop. It's a little Pomeranian. I wanted to stomp it into a greasy spot on their patio, but I can't do that because that's illegal.
Even worse, man. Those little fucking yip dogs. Oh.
The neighbors on the other side have got a little super aggressive little pit bull that made the mistake of sticking its head through the gap in the fence one day, and then saw me coming and was like, whoop, bad idea, and pulled its head back. I mean, listen, I get the dog's bark, whatever. I'm just being an asshole for dramatic effect. I don't have any problem with either of my neighbors. They're good. They're really good neighbors. This neighborhood, one street over, is kind of crappy, but we keep things to a dull roar over here on our street. I got good neighbors. I try to be dramatic for the radio show sometimes.
She's not like fucking the nasty. She's got Palestinian neighbors, and she's like, they're so nice. And
well,
they're nice to you because they're fucking red teaming you and shit. They're trying to find out who the fuck you are, so that way they can get in good and say, the Nazi like us, fuck that.
Yeah, we'll keep an eye on your house for you while you're on vacation.
Yeah, exactly. Set up a couple of fucking IEDs. She asked me, my neighbors are out doing some shit. Well, blah, blah, blah. My neighbors went out trick-or-treating. I'm like, yeah, they were probably red teaming the fucking neighborhood, trying to find out who the Leos were and shit.
They got claymores in their yard and shit like that. Your neighbors.
Yeah.
Your neighbors. Oh.
Hey, so you want to know some fucking irony? I mean, some serious fucking irony. You know the National Guard, how they're trying to fucking recoup some money from those guys.
Oh, well, yeah, but they put the brakes on that.
They did put the brakes on it. Well, they were building a list of individuals who may have gotten it, so that way in the event the DoD says, yeah, you could go ahead and take it, then you could take it. Well, they now they can't find 4,000 of them. They can't find their records.
Oh, really? How convenient.
So they're so we're gonna go after you. We don't even know if you got the fucking bonus or not. So, but we're gonna go after you.
Great.
God, sorry. I just. Oh man.
Allie, by the way, in the live chat at WTFNationRadio.com is celebrating because, to quote her, another vagina has showed up.
Oh, whoa, wait, where?
Another vagina has shown up. Well, Spanky is in the live chat now. WTFNationRadio.com.
Okay.
So yeah, now we got Allie and Spanky.
Yeah, Blivet Brigade. They're starting to show up.
The Blivet Brigade is making an appearance.
Yep.
Where is Blivet Brigade 7 is what I want to know. Where is she? Why is she not here?
Yeah,
must
I was
be
about to say there's because I think the Blivet Brigade consists of, and I'm trying to be the commander, but I don't know if it's an elected position or if they're even decided as chain of command already. But it's Raptor Mom, Spanky, Allie, Nay. I don't know who the other one wasn't, but there's some. Oh, Katie, that's who it was. Katie.
How could you leave Katie out?
I was about to say. So they're forming some shit, man. They're up to something. I mean, they're up. I mean, Blivet Brigade. Come on, they're up to something.
Dale says he's got a purebred Doberman. Dobermans are awesome dogs, unless you get one of the crazy ones.
Then you have my ex-wife. But
Aren't
yeah,
they? Aren't they genetically predisposed to being like psycho? Some of them.
Some of the bloodlines are genetically predisposed to that. I mean, you have to actually. There are some breeds that they actually will mix a different dog in there just to get it, I guess you could say, stable. But the really purebred ones, about 8 to 10, maybe up to 12 years old, they just get real fucking just bite everything. I mean, even their owners.
I love Dobermans, man, but I've seen some crazy ones, like really psycho ones. Well, but that's not just. I guess that's not just limited to Dobermans, but I think some of them are. I think there's a higher percentage of them that are genetically predisposed to being just complete psychos. I had my buddy that played guitar for my band and was also a coworker of mine on the police department, had a German Shepherd named Jake. Jake was such an asshole. Eric was fond of saying that dog hated himself. That's how badly this dog had the shittiest disposition of any dog you'll ever meet.
So you're saying the dog was Jewish?
Sorry. It was hate. It was the most hateful dog I have ever encountered, ever. What an asswipe that dog was. Vivian wants to talk about the North Dakota pipeline. I can't speak on the North Dakota pipeline with any sort of authority because I'm extremely underinformed. I know very little about it, and I feel like I would be doing everybody a disservice to even pretend to speak on it because I know absolutely nothing about what's going on. Other than there are some people protesting a pipeline being built. And so I honestly don't have an opinion on it. If you'd like to call in and talk about it, fine. Open format. We'll talk about whatever you want to. Just bear in mind that I'm going to take a break in 5 minutes. And then we're going to come back and play this Do You Even Army Bruh?
Ooh-ah!
That Ice can't play. I figured I would, if I'm going to do this on a regular basis, I would start really easy with just kind of broad knowledge stuff that's maybe not really, that doesn't really fall into narrow scope. These 5 questions are really easy. And we'll do rapid fire style with the callers and see how it goes.
So this is basically a general knowledge if you have served in the Army or currently in the Army. General knowledge.
And let's see. 2 of the questions are just kind of like general knowledge if you're an American citizen or have any knowledge of the United States of America. So, I mean, first go around, I'm going to make it really super easy. Next time, maybe not so much. It was kind of an impromptu off the cuff thing that I did literally like 10 minutes before the show. I was finishing up the last question as I started my intro video to go on the air tonight. That is that's how off the cuff it is. But if Ice is willing, from now on when I do these, I'm going to go to him and they're going to be more like board questions.
Oh.
I mean, I don't want to make it like stupid difficult, but it's things that you should obviously know. Like you should have a working knowledge of a lot of this stuff because you are in or were in the Army.
Pretty much. I mean, there's, yeah. I mean, general stuff. I mean,
Joey and Chris.
I don't want to accidentally give any spoilers. You know what I mean? That's why I'm not going too much. And
right, sure.
Yeah, so go get excited. Go take a break. Hurry, quick.
Joey and Chris, the answers are not bacon or whiskey. That's a completely different game. Those are good answers, though. But not,
Should be bonus.
not the answer I'm looking for. Okay. At the behest of ICE, I'm going to take this break. And I'll restart Facebook Live. We'll get some fresh meat in here so we can get some callers to play Do You Even Army, bruh? Do You Even America, bro, is going to make a comeback, too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I like to give stuff away. I like for you guys to donate money to us, and then I like to take that money and turn it into stuff that we give away to the listeners so we can get more listeners and get bigger and better and so on and so forth. Let's do this a break. You know, I would play a video into the break, but the fucking audio never works or isn't working tonight, so whatever. Here's just some Redcon 1. We'll be back in a few minutes, guys, on WTF Nation Radio.
Rounds downrange reloaded. Rounds downrange reloaded. Rounds downrange reloaded. Rounds downrange reloaded.
It's now or never, ain't no going back. Is you down the ride? Front line is where we going to. Ain't nowhere to hide in my control. Only real killers inside bringing pain. That's one of the services we provide. It's now or never, ain't no going back. Is you down the ride? Front line is where we going to. Ain't nowhere to hide in my control. Only real killers inside bringing pain. That's one of the services we provide. Headlights off, night vision on my head. Headlights off, night vision on my head. Headlights off, night vision on my head. Rifles pointed out the windows, gotta stay ready or you dead. We ride one in a dirt, that's the biggest gun. If he spot you, then he drop you, boy, you get no chance to run. High explosive, high explosive, high explosive. We gon' bring that to your door. Dropping rounds through your roof, put your ceiling on the floor. Everybody in my gun truck, ready for some roll. It's obvious we suited and booted from head to toe. On a mission, I am scratching my trigger finger, it itching. If you can't stand the heat, don't you come in Hell's Kitchen. This can't ride of a lifetime. Gambling with your lifeline. Death around the corner, I pray the Reaper don't take mine. We bring that pain, everybody get a double dose. We at the top of the list of who they feel the most. I left my mercy back at home on the Gulf Coast. So kill bodies and if possible torture they go. Never ain't no going back. Is you down the ride? Front line is where we going to. Ain't nowhere to hide in my control. Only real killers inside bringing pain. That's one of the services we provide. It's now or never, ain't no going back. Is you down the ride? Front line is where we going to. Ain't nowhere to hide in my control. Only real killers inside bringing pain. That's one of the services we provide.
Raw pain, the murder that we bring got you sweating bullets, let me pull it in at your brain. All you hear is bang bang, hit him with the big bangs. Excalibur, large caliber canister. Excalibur, large caliber canisters. Excalibur, large caliber canisters. Big hammer, but don't call me Gallagher. Big hammers, but don't call me Gallagher. Big guns make you one fast caliber. Big guns make you one fast caliber. I'm a scavenger, I'm feasting an amateur. Listen for rattlers, sign of a massacre. Dead body smell, gone with the lavender. Examiners, they can talk to my manager. Think I hang tight like a calendar? No, I'ma leave town like a traveler. Go, I'm sick of the flex capacitor on. Big calipers on the Challenger, gone. Lord help me, I didn't wanna take his life. Clip empty, and I just wanna make it right. This remorse, pale horse, carry death, M4s, reinforce, and we taking every breath, 9 on my right, M4 on my left. Plenty fully loaded mags, all strapped up to my chest. War vets, no threats. If there's drama, we ride. Cool, calm on the surface, but we kill us inside.
It's now or never, ain't no going back. Is you down to ride? Front line is where we going to. Ain't nowhere to hide in my control. Only real killers inside, bringing pain. That's one of the services we provide. It's now or never, ain't no going back. Is you down to ride? Front line is where we going to. Ain't nowhere to hide in my control. Only real killers inside, bringing pain. That's one of the services we provide.
I got them killers in the back of that M-Rap, strap up, M4, ready to go. You don't wanna act up, let them know this is not a game. I will end your life, open up that 50 cal, that's what I call a firefight. We ready to go, no hesitation, no time to stop for contemplating. Just shooting, moving, communicating, and sending them boys straight to Satan. My soldiers on deck, and we ain't afraid of nothing, and they all act tough till that 50 gets the thumping. Watch the Haji fall back, watch the Haji run hard, watch the Haji run fast, watch the Haji run far, watch the Haji put a bomb inside a suicide car, then watch me light the Haji up like a Cuban cigar. It's now or never, ain't no gullers inside, ain't no bitch in our blood, just fire in our bones. Flip the safety switch to semi, raise it up and let it go.
It's now or never, ain't no going back. Is you down to ride? Front line is where we going to. Ain't nowhere to hide in my control. Only real killers inside, bringing pain. That's one of the services we provide. It's now or never, ain't no going back. Is you down to ride? Front line is where we going to. Ain't nowhere to hide in my control. Only real killers inside, bringing pain. That's one of the services we provide.
Hi, everybody. If you're just tuning in, you've tuned into the second half of the Monday edition here on WTF Nation Radio. I'm your host, Red Leg, and as promised, we're going to play a game. Do you even Army, brah?
Word.
For your chance to win a prize from WTF Nation Radio. And before we play the game, happy Halloween, everybody. I hope everybody's having a safe Halloween, because safety is of the utmost importance. It is paramount that you wear your PT belt everywhere you go, including to the shower. I'm joined tonight by Ice, the intrepid Ice of the main page ilk.
I be ilking, yo.
And I'm going to pour probably the rest of this bottle of Jameson into this glass. I was trying to be, I don't know, like cultured and do this in a highball glass, but look at the size of this fucking glass, dude.
Damn.
Fuck it, right?
Yeah, dude. Damn.
That's how you make a drink.
Hell yeah.
Another bottle of Jameson down.
Damn. Look at you. All cultured and shit.
All right, so we're going to play, yeah, thanks. Take your mask off, Red Leg. It's the second time I've heard that today. We're going to play Do You Even Army, bruh? For your chance to win something from WTF Nation Radio. All right, the best way I can think of to do this is to do it rapid fire. I take a caller, I ask you questions. If you get one wrong or hesitate for too long, I hang up on you because you failed. I'm going to ask everybody the same 5 questions. The first person to get all 5 of them correct wins a prize. What prize? What prize are we going to give away? Probably a WTF Nation Radio sticker, because we're out of all the other merchandise.
Any bonus shits?
And we're actually out of the shots stickers, so we're down to like 4 different designs.
Okay.
So you can't even get a shots sticker. Hello to the viewing audience over on Girls for Gunslingers. Danny from Girls for Gunslingers is nice enough to allow us to simulcast over there. So what's going on, everybody? Now, how you doing? I love Girls for Gunslingers, man. What a great group of people. And I would like to think that a lot of the people that follow Girls for Gunslingers also follow us, WTF Nation Radio and U.S. Army WTF Moments. All one big happy family.
Of course.
Of course. All right, here we go. So what you do is you call 415-889-8367. 415-889-8367 to play Do You Even Army, bruh? And I'm going to start firing the questions off at you. This is the first time we've done this, so I'm going to kind of take it easy on you guys with the questions. That's it. Easy. 5 questions, simple questions that everybody who's in the Army should know. Piece of cake. That is a tasty beverage.
Just put like a shade of red right there. You all right?
Did I turn red?
Yeah, a little flush.
I think it's just a lighting.
Oh, okay.
We'll go with that.
Yeah, that'll work.
I didn't cut my hair today. Is it noticeable?
No, you look like you get a little brightness on the cheeks there.
Oh, it's the alcohol.
Yes, indeed.
Hey, D-Max is calling in. Dude, bro, D-Max. Let the irregulars call in and have a chance.
Irregulars.
Yeah, nobody's calling, Chris. I don't get it. 415-889-8367. For fuck's sake, we're going to give you something for free if you get 5 simple, easy questions right. I know D-Max was going to get it going. D-Max, but what if you'd gotten all 5? Then the game's over. And the first time listener, first time caller does not get to participate. And we give you another sticker? Fuck out of here, dude. D-Max. I mean, I could go back to talking about Hillary Clinton or, the Striker's new 30-millimeter cannon.
Ooh, and all the drama with, yeah.
All right, here we go.
Yeah.
Now I have a contestant. Who hung up? Oh, wait, here they are. WTF Nation Radio. Do you even Army, bruh?
Yeah, bro.
Who is this?
Adam from Savannah.
Adam, what light utility vehicle replaced the Army Jeep?
The Humvee.
During what war? During what war was the
M1097.
Come on, dude. You said Humvee. It's good enough. During what war was the first Medal of Honor awarded?
Spanish American?
Nope. Next caller, 415-88. Listen, Adam, I'm trying to be a dick, but I'm trying to keep things moving along.
Got to keep it moving along.
415-889-8367. 415-889-8367. I'm going to ask the same questions over and over until I get a winner.
That guy's like going off of nomenclature and shit. He was like, "Yeah, where's that?"
Right. I didn't know. I didn't need to know M998. I just need to know. All right. Here we go. WTF Nation Radio. Who's this?
This is Hunter.
Hunter. Do you even Army, bruh?
Yes, I do.
What light utility vehicle replaced the Army Jeep?
The Humvee.
During what war was the first Medal of Honor awarded?
That would be in, World War One.
All right, dude. God damn it. Next caller. WTF Nation Radio. Who's this?
This is Pedro Roman. How you doing?
All right. Do you even Army, bruh?
So it's been so long for the Army that I can't even Army anymore.
Well, okay. So if I ask you these 5 questions, how many of them are you going to get correct?
Let's find out.
What light utility vehicle replaced the Army Jeep?
Humvee.
During what war was the first Medal of Honor awarded?
World War One.
No. 415-889-8367 is the number to call. 415-889-8367. Let's find out if you even Army, bruh. Here's a call from Texas. Surely they should know this, right? Ice?
They should know this, definitely.
WTF Nation Radio, who's this?
Terry from Phoenix.
Do you even Army, bruh?
Not anymore, bruh.
What light utility vehicle replaced the Army Jeep?
Humvee.
During what war was the first Medal of Honor awarded?
Civil War.
How many years did the Civil War last?
4.
Who was the last U.S. Army 5-star general?
Washington.
Oh, no. Washington. 3 down, 2 to go. 415-889-8367 is the number to call to find out if you, bruh, Pedro Roman. I hung up. We hang up on you when you get one wrong. It's just how the game's played. Nothing personal. 415-889-8367. Surely you want a sticker for free that we send you in the mail that you can put on things like, what's that dickhead's name that we put this on the striker?
Oh, Colonel Admiral.
Colonel Admiral.
Yeah.
One of our stickers was prominently displayed on his striker.
Not just any sticker, but the fuck red leg one.
The fuck red leg sticker. Here's another caller. WTF Nation Radio. Who's this?
You got Chris I Army, bro.
All right, Chris. Good. What light utility vehicle replaced the Army Jeep?
Humvee.
During what war was the first Medal of Honor awarded?
Civil War.
How many years did the Civil War last?
Say again?
How many years did the Civil War last?
4.
Who was the last United States Army 5-star general?
Was it Eisenhower?
No. That would have been my first guess.
People don't realize about the other guy. They're like, oh, fuck, because that guy just like fell out of fucking notoriety and shit. He just like whatever. Because Patton was talking shit about it.
WTF Nation Radio. Who's this?
Ed.
Ed, do you Army, bruh?
No, I don't.
What light utility vehicle replaced the Army Jeep?
Humvee.
During what war was the first Medal of Honor awarded?
Civil War.
How many years did the Civil War last?
4.
Who was the last United States Army 5-star general?
Bradley.
What military award, designated as the Badge of Military Merit, was established by George Washington, who was then the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, on August 7th, 1782?
Don't know that one.
Oh, my God. We're getting closer, inching closer and closer to the end of the game here.
Yeah.
And I'm inching closer and closer to the bottom of this glass. Well, my God, I got to the bottom of the bottle. WTF Nation Radio, who's this? Hello, caller. State your name. All right, that's not how this works. Next caller.
Yeah, we're not begging for any information.
WTF Nation Radio, who's this?
This is Dave from Dallas.
Dave, do you Army, bruh?
I do.
What light utility vehicle replaced the Army Jeep?
The Humvee.
During what war was the first Medal of Honor awarded?
Civil War.
How many years did the Civil War last?
4 years.
Who was the last United States Army 5-star general?
Bradley.
What military award, designated as the Badge of Military Merit, was established by George Washington, then the Commander-in-Chief of the Continental Army, on August 7th, 1782?
The Purple Heart.
We have a winner. Ice, can I get a round of applause?
Oh, yeah.
Ice is so happy as a first sergeant to hear you correctly answer these 5 questions.
Oh, man. Damn.
Everybody was anxiously awaiting the answers, and Ed got it.
Yeah, exactly. Only 3 individuals have ever been, or actually that badge of military merit. Only 3 of them before became a Purple Heart was awarded that. And that was back in the day with Sergeant Daniel Purcell, Sergeant William Brown, and then Sergeant Elijah Churchill, all from the 2nd Connecticut Regiment and the 5th Connecticut Regiment.
Ed, tell us again from where you hail. Did you say Texas?
I'm from Dallas, but at Fort Polk.
You're at Fort Polk. Well, congratulations, dude. Raptor Mom, who has joined us, Blivett Brigade 7, is here, and she's going to collect your information to get your prize to you.
Okay, cool.
Raptor Mom, do your thing while I drink like half of this.
If you could, go to our Facebook page at www.facebook.com/WTFNR.
Yeah, I'm on your Facebook page.
Yes! Okay, then send me your address and what sticker you would like, and I will be happy to mail it to you.
She will keep your address confidential. I don't even look at that shit.
Actually, you guys just posted one of my videos today, actually.
Oh, no, wait a minute, dude.
No.
Send it to the radio station Facebook page, not U.S. Army WTF.
Okay.
Yeah, because it'll get lost over there, unless ICE has, got one.
Some guns, yeah.
One
Usually
eye
I'm
on.
not. Those will slip.
Yeah.
Do the video one.
Yeah, go to the radio page and send your information. It gets lost over because the U.S. Army WTF moments page, it gets like 300 messages a day.
Actually, now every
800, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Is it really that many?
Yeah, we get yesterday we clocked in 1,200.
1,200 messages in a 24-hour period. Yeah, so go to the radio page and do it.
Okay.
Congratulations, dude. Fort Polk, huh?
I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yikes.
3 years now.
Ice, can we get this dude's branch on the phone and get him moved out of Fort Polk?
Fort Polk? Man, it just flares up and you're there and it flares down and you leave and it flares back up and you're there again.
Oh, so it's like
herpes.
herpes.
I talked to Branch yesterday. Branch offered me Fort Polk as an OC or Fort Irwin as an OC.
What is it? What do you do, man, that they want to give you an OC job at either of the training centers?
Yeah, you're that good as an OC.
I'm a combat engineer.
Oh. Well, all right. I mean, we won't hold that against you much.
Yeah. Sort of.
Chris says, time to PCS, brah. You got to get out. So you talked to Branch and said, what do you got for me? And they said, well, Fort Polk. Which one would you, okay, Ed, which one would you rather do? Fort Polk or Fort Irwin as an OC?
If I had to, I would take Polk over Irwin.
Would you really?
I'm closer to home here.
Oh, okay. All right. I get that.
Yeah, agreed. And also, fucking Fort Irwin, you can't take your guns with you, so.
Yeah, that's got a few.
Yeah.
My truck's not legal there either.
Yeah, that too. California blows.
So all you get's the God gun when you go out to Fort Irwin. to kill people with. I got it. All right, dude.
I hear they sell them on eBay.
Fuck Fort Polk and Fort Irwin. All right, man. Hey, congratulations for being the first winner ever of Do You Even Army, bruh. Get Raptor Mom your information. She'll send you a sticker, whichever one you want. If you want to look at them, they're at WTFNationRadio.com in the shop.
All right. Thanks, man.
All right, dude. Finally, a winner, right? Jesus.
Didn't enthused, man. He was like, oh, yeah, okay, thanks.
Oh,
yeah.
I guess he just knows he's that good.
Yeah. Somebody else fucking smug and shit. Oh, yes.
Yes.
From Texas, so you notice, again, Texans think that the Civil War lasted 5 years because of some battles that happened. And so you notice he kind of stuttered on that. When as soon as he got to the Civil War question, he was like,
you know what? The only one that I would have stumbled over, had somebody been asking me these questions, was number 4, which was, who was the last U.S. Army 5-star general? A lot of people forget that Omar Bradley got his 5th star.
Correct. He did get his fifth star and was like one of the last of the generals of the Army. But before that, there was actually one who was dual-hatted, and that was General Hap Arnold. He was the general of the Army, and then when he started to pogue out, he created the Air Force.
Right.
So he was also the general of the Air Force at the same time.
So, you have Douglas MacArthur.
Yep.
Hap Arnold.
Yep.
Omar Bradley.
Yep.
Dwight Eisenhower.
Yep.
And there's one more. Who am I leaving off?
George Washington.
Yeah, but
well, he was general of the armies.
Right.
So it was him and Pershing that were part of that mix.
Okay.
So yeah, there were some other ones in there that were close to being. Everyone thought that George Patton was the fucking
George Patton ended up stepping on his own dick.
Yeah, he was like,
he fell out of Eisenhower's good graces and ended up working for Omar Bradley, who earlier in their careers actually worked for Patton.
Correct.
Patton's kind of blustering and boisterous, and I kind of I do whatever the fuck I want to style of leadership got him in trouble.
Yeah, he was one of the original founding members of the WTF Nation.
Yeah, sure.
That's the WTF on it because he was part of the that was part of his task force that he was part of. It said WTF on his flag.
Yeah, oh, it did. Yeah.
Yeah. So him between those fucking, there was Marshall, MacArthur, and Eisenhower. Bradley got his late because of I guess you could say he was a pussy when it came to fucking dealing with Patton, because Patton was just stepping all over his ass. And so, And the reason why it was because all the other, the only reason why these 5-star ranks were created was because the French and the British had field marshals and fucking admirals of fucking fleets.
Yes. Field marshal.
Yeah. So in order
Monty.
to keep up with the Limeys,
Yeah, quite.
Quite. Indeed. You're only 4-star rank when I'm actually 5. So
I'm a field marshal. It's entertaining to look back on World War II and how much of a competition, despite the fact that it was the Allies versus the Axis. I mean, let's look at the fact that the British and the Americans were competing to see who gets where first.
Oh, it's like that. Well, that actually kind of transitioned to Operation Iraqi Freedom. Who was going to be the first one to get to Baghdad? That was the big race. Get to Baghdad. Get to Baghdad.
Right.
And it's the same thing. It was, how to get to Berlin. We got to get to Berlin. And motherfuckers, like you said, were literally just stumbling all over each other to fucking get to it. They were backstabbing bad, man. So,
Monty.
Yeah, Monty. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say. It's quite tried there, Patton. Yeah, you fucking suck, Imagine the conversations they would have fucking had going after each other and shit.
So Patton ends up, he's well known by the enemy's tacticians for being kind of a, and there's an adjective here that probably describes what I'm trying to say, but because I've polished off a bottle of Jameson, it's eluding me.
He really wasn't very PC.
Well, I mean, he kind of did things haphazardly, and the enemy tacticians realized that he was a risk taker, so he was well known.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets put in charge of the inflatable division for the faint.
That's right.
And he was butthurt about that, to put it in today's terms. Like, he didn't get to command an actual army. He ends up getting stuck with a bunch of inflatable shit, which was, it was an important part of the strategy, but he didn't like that. But he got relegated to that because of his attitude. I'm losing my minions. They're starving for entertainment. Are you not entertained? It's Monday. Not much fuckery happens on Monday. That's the Friday show.
Well, not to mention the fact that it wasn't until that's why Patton fucking charged up into Bastogne, because of this. He was watching everybody, and that's another thing too. Bradley, back in the Army, it was not uncommon for, in one engagement, like what they called the Bloody Bucket Brigade division, in one engagement, 35 to 40,000 U.S. soldiers would get slaughtered over like not even a couple days. And it was not uncommon for American generals to say, your job is to stay in place and hold the line no matter what the cost, blah, blah, blah. Patton didn't see that way. He was like, I'm in charge of a bunch of fucking inflatable tanks. Y'all can eat a dick. I'm moving the fuck out.
These guys were known for outrunning their fucking log trains. Like, get way ahead of their logistics trains, running out of fuel, fucking, no food, no fuel, no ammunition. That was what ultimately caused the Battle of the Bulge to stall out.
Yeah, the commander of the, Jochen Piper, he was the commander of the SS division, and he was the guy that was basically slaughtering everything in his path, to include American prisoners of war. He didn't give a fuck. He was just there to make sure that he could hold that out, which is what called the main bulge. I mean, because he bulged out the front lines.
Yeah.
And Patton said, hey, this inflatable shit ain't working, bro. I'm gonna fucking fucking do this.
Let me get some tanks.
He just goes in, starts corralling up everybody, and says, "Come on, let's go." And he fucking just starts grabbing motherfuckers, and starts engaging. He just grabs fucking brigades and hey, let's go.
Let's roll out.
Yeah, he pretty much he was. Everyone says that he had a code word called "play ball," so he grabbed 3 fucking divisions. Now this is how fucking balls this guy had. He had grabbed 3 fucking divisions and just said, "Hey, fuck this. Let's go to fucking Bastogne."
So
and instead of everyone going,
put it in the context, Ice. How many men are we talking about in a division in World War II?
Oh, well, that's about
3 divisions. We're talking about roughly 30,000 men.
No, actually, 14,000 soldiers comprise a division today. So
right today.
Yeah, today. So, and of course, divisions back in the day were huge. So I mean,
are you counting the discoms and all that? Are you counting? Well, I mean, I guess they're part of the division, right?
Well, see that in World War II, they all fought. Everybody fought in fucking World War II. So if the division moved forward, everybody was fucking fighting. And so it didn't fucking matter. So this guy fucking literally grabbed, these divisions, and then he repositioned other divisions and a core unit. So like imagine it was like him going to 3 Corps, say, hey, go fuck yourself, let's go. And grabbing 5th Corps, hey, go fuck yourself, let's go. And then, so about the equivalent of 6 divisions to grab over about 150 some odd fucking thousand vehicles, and then moved them in. When I was stationed in Germany, I did what's called, because I'm half German. I did the
which half?
I did both. I did the
which half is German?
Well, obviously my mom. I mean, that's why I look as fucking pale.
Come on, dude. All right.
So
you missed the joke. That's all right. There was an opportunity. There was an opportunity there for us to have some LOLs, and you. But that's okay. That's all right. I know we're talking about a serious topic, guys.
Sorry.
Well, don't apologize.
No. Okay. Anyways, so fucking, I did that tour where you played the bad guy. Hey, let's go pretend we're Nazis and let's go through the fucking route. And then after the tour was finishing up on the Nazi side, then we did what was called. Then we flipped sides. Then we were General Patton. And we went through and fucking, quote unquote, liberated fucking Bastogne. We followed the trail and all shit. It was fucking fascinating as fuck. Anybody who sits around the fucking barracks and don't do shit in Germany, you need to go out, go visit fucking Bastogne. There's even a square in the middle of Bastogne called Nuts Square where General McAuliffe. Nuts.
Dave Nuts. Yeah, nuts. That was his reply to the demand to surrender.
Yeah, exactly. Nuts. So.
All right.
Yeah, fascinating shit. So
let's take a break. Mandatory top of the hour break. When we come back, maybe we'll call a staff duty.
Well, yes. Wow.
Just to say hi.
Yeah, it's called Fort Pope. Hang on, let me find a story in the main page. Well,
I mean, I don't want to give anybody any shit. I just want them to get a call from WTF Nation Radio saying, "What's up? How's it going?"
Exactly. Are you guys paying attention to us?
Yeah.
That'll work.
We need to call a staff duty or CQ. It's funny to hear we used to do a lot of these, and I think the spirit of the call kind of turned towards us being mean to the point that people were getting in trouble. Oh, we'll just call and say what's up to your staff duty. Vivian, we're not calling Germany. Not gonna happen. I pay the phone bill around here to get international calls. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll take a suggestion for a staff duty to call or a CQ. CQ is usually more fun because they give fewer fucks on CQ. There's usually some bucksarn sitting around fucking,
Yeah. I remember that one time we called that Sergeant First Class and he was fucking, shut up. And he hung up on us.
Yeah, when you start getting into the like brigade and division level staff duties, they don't have much of a sense of humor. I should call my old unit. I don't even think my old unit is the same. I think they reflagged under a different. Somebody help me out here. 3rd Battalion, 82nd Field Artillery. I think there's something completely different now.
Was it 1st Cav?
3rd of the 16th. Yeah, it's in the 1st Cav. 3rd Battalion, 82nd Field Artillery. I think they're like 3rd of the 18th or 16th or some goofy shit now.
3rd of the 18th, I guess, in 1st Armored Division, I think.
Maybe not. Who cares? I left Fort Hood in 1997. I'm sure things have changed since then.
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe?
I don't know. Raptor Mom said, fuck that. I'm out of here.
All right, let's take a break.
I just know it's Cav Davardi just because that's what
Davardi.
The illegal was in.
Yeah, Davardi.
I should do another. Well, no, I don't want to give away too much shit in one night. I was going to say, Ice, you might know this.
But it's Halloween. It's the night of
you
giving.
might know this.
Huh?
Who was the 1st Cavalry Division artillery commander when I was at Fort Hood?
General O'Deniro.
Well, but he wasn't a general at the time. But yeah, Ice, thank you. Ice, your voice changed. What happened? Puberty?
No, I just didn't, all over motherfuckers.
The only reason why I knew that because, when he was in a 4th ID, he was the commander of Fourth ID. So
Yeah, General
and you
Odierno.
mentioned that in the past. So
The current General Odierno was at the time a colonel, and he was the Vardy commander when I was Ian. That's real funny. General Bradley was my Vardy commander. I'm not that fucking old, Ian. Everybody's got jokes tonight, dude. Why is everybody ripping on me tonight?
I don't know.
It's kind of probably a lot of it's self-imposed, like me fucking up everything in the first half of the show. Like nothing I did worked.
I couldn't tell.
and then after he did his thing as division commander for Fourth ID, he came back to Fort Hood and was the post commander. So
Whatever. I knew him when he left Red Lake's unit. He came up to be the 5th Corps Chief of Staff. So he was also the Vardy commander over there too.
Right on.
And with the 3rd AD.
Hey, Charlie. There's Charlie for the Green Room. Did you listen to the Green Room last night? Any of it?
Yeah.
It was a good show. They goaded me into coming on and joining them for the 3rd hour. It's a lot of fun. All right, let's take this break. I'm fucking wasting time here. When we come back, we'll call a staff duty. Don't go anywhere. It's a 7-minute break. Just get up and walk around for 7 minutes. See you guys in 7 minutes on the other side of this break. Right here on WTF Nation Radio.
Good evening, boys and girls. This is Tim Kennedy. I'm a Special Forces sniper, a Ranger qualified Green Beret, a UFC fighter. Please listen to us and the shenanigans that we're going to say. We will insult you. There will be racial slurs. We will be sexist. We will offend you. But there will be magic, and a unicorn will be raped. So enjoy the show. Thank you for listening on WTF Nation Radio.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
When I was a kid, I used to pinch it at the end and pee and then blow up into a balloon.
What? Are you fucking... What is going on?
You just put your little elephant trunk right in the hole, and then it peels the foreskin back, and you already got a fucking uncircumcised dicks are good for putting it in the ladies' butts.
You make it sound like you stuff it in, like stuff the skin in.
You make it sound like you stuff it in?
The trunk on your elephant foreskin dick. When you start to stick it in her ass, then it'll numb her ass, and then you'll be good to go. No problem, Boots.
It doesn't work like that at all. But I
So go ahead, Boots. What do you got to say about that?
Do you want to really know how to let his manliness inside of your anus?
Well, I have just one question for him. How does he feel about full frontal male nudity since C-Dub isn't here to ask it for us?
That's good.
Hey, new guy, say, hey, turn your fucking mic off.
Caller, say words. Turn off the radio.
Can you fucking hear me? Hey.
Hey, who's this?
Sorry, technical difficulties over here.
Turn your radio down, please, ma'am.
Yes, you are. Wait a minute, this is fucking Allie. She's the one that keeps cheating on... Oh, fuck that. Go ahead, Jed.
All right, bring it on. Let's go.
Yeah.
You called. What do you want to talk about?
Oh, let's get the butt sex issue straight.
Okay, go ahead.
So, first of all, you fuckers that think you can go in with no lube,
We hadn't got to that part yet.
you're so wrong. You're so wrong.
You have to lick it before you stick it.
All right. So I've had both foreskin, non-foreskin. Lube is a must. Fuck spit. Fuck pre-cum. Lube is a must. There's no denying it. And this is a recent revelation for me. So this topic is, if you haven't tried it with lube, I mean, there's no such thing as being too big. I guarantee you that you've fucking taken a shit bigger than some dude's dick.
I love this girl.
Jeb, why don't you ask her right now, is spit not an adequate lube?
Ask her why it's not adequate.
Well, first of all, if you're having so much anal sex that any type of lube...
Spit it out.
Spit it out. Go ahead, man. Go.
If you've experienced so much anal sex that you've tried all the types of lube that there is, damn.
What's the question?
Okay, so what's the question? He just wants to know, so are you saying, come on, Jed, that's not how you attack the guests. You're supposed to be coming in there saying, okay, look, so you're saying that you can't use other methods of what you just said you can't use to get the donut punched. So why are you that experienced that you know? That's what you're supposed to be asking her, man.
Yeah, you have to debate the lube state.
Yeah, you have to debate that au natural from a man, because if you want to get demasculated, go ahead. But this is not my interview. Go ahead, Jed. Go.
I'm waiting on your question, dude. Come on.
Go, Jed. Go.
That
Jed.
wasn't
Go.
a question. That was an attack on your personal character.
Oh, then fuck that. There's no. Just because I like sex, you can fucking attack my personal character all you want to. I fucking work with douchebags every day.
I love you, Allie.
Because inquiring minds want to know.
I'm starting to
Go for
fucking go, man.
So have you had uncircumcised and circumcised penises of the same girth and size and such?
Yes, absolutely.
What do you prefer?
Uncircumcised. All right, let me throw this out there though. The great thing about booty sex is if you have a big penis, if you're really packing down there, you're not gonna hit a vaginal wall. And this is what I've been told from, the booty call. You're not gonna hit the wall, you're not gonna hit the cervix. I mean, you have, free reign to just keep going and going, and it's fucking amazing. I mean, I know how it is for me.
If you're a gentleman that has not got some head with a little tip of finger in the butt, you're doing it wrong, man.
What?
I gotta tell you.
And just give it a little pressure.
Yeah, you give it a little tickle.
See, everybody likes butt play. Come on, I'm not the only one. Don't knock it till you try it.
Whoa. She's had fucking John Holmes in her ass.
Hey, Allie, squirt.
Do what, sweetheart?
Squirt.
Do I?
Yeah, squirt.
Yeah, if you fucking know what you're doing. It's I've never had it done with penile penetration, but fingers, yeah.
It's not his flavor Pop-Tart.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Obviously, I really hope y'all are not taking it up the butt with a big fat black dick.
What do you think you will?
No.
You have passed some really.
Holy shit.
You were talking shit about Allie's anal lube specifications.
Spit lasts a couple of minutes, long enough for the balls to slap against the pussy to get that going, and then you can use that. Put your hand down there, rub that for a minute, and then rub that on your dick, and then there's your lube.
Did he say fiddle down there?
He said fiddle down. You go ahead and fiddle down there while you get
I'm
spit.
gonna fiddle down there and get me some nails and put it up. Y'all got some hot sauce. Butt Kegel exercises will make you poop.
What are you talking about, buddy? I done set that Twitter page. It's fucking good to go.
I take my anal sex very seriously. I mean, I'm always looking for an excuse to get more butt sex. Come on now.
What the? Damn.
God damn.
I wish I had a woman like that in my life. God.
Holy shit.
So
I mean, I'm over here like nonchalantly deep throating my beer bottle, but
holy fuck.
Hey, I got 3 holes. I can take it all.
So a 12-pack of dicks in your face.
Hole has been stretched out. I mean, you don't have that tight of a grip on your bowels.
How often do you take a shit and then your asshole doesn't go back to normal size? That probably happens like never. It's the same thing with butt sex.
How often do women have babies and their pussies don't go back to normal size?
Well, what kind of pretentious bitch are you that you won't sleep on a fucking wet spot? No, she said she could eat all the bags of dicks.
Dude, a John Burke shirt. Does he make shirts? I need some John Burke cum rags.
Ooh, even better.
Oh, he makes moisture wicking cum rags. A Gusher or a Squirter or both?
Squirter.
Gusher's candy is fucking delicious.
Okay. So I'd like to welcome you to the Jim Beam after show perv hour.
Turn over, put that face down and toot that ass up. Shape of a heart. Love. Next chapter, little wet pussy hungry for me. I started where you wanted, baby, cause I'm straight up here in the G spot. Too hot to cop, knocking your socks off. I'm higher. She can't.
All right, guys, we're back. I just like to point out for the few people who are still watching and listening on the simulcast over at Girls for Gunslingers, Ryan Jenkins, if you're still listening, dude, you suck is the best you can come up with. I suck, but you're watching and listening. Thank you for your support and your constructive criticism. You suck.
What's sad is nowadays, like it used to be back in the day when like people were trying, to offend you or do some kind of,
You
comments and stuff. It was creative, and now it's
You
basic bitch type
suck.
stuff.
Okay, so I was keeping an eye during the J Ready Chop that you guys just listened to us. Keep an eye on the Facebook Live comments and what's it? Ian wants to talk to Allie.
He said something about wanting my phone number.
Well, I mean, we're not going to give you Allie's phone number, but Allie is on the phone. So
I am here.
if you want to talk to Allie, Jesus Christ. 415-889-8367. I'll put you on the phone with Allie.
Heck yeah. We'll do Sex Ed Part 3.
Sex Ed Part 3.
Oh
my God.
And Mom's here too. I mean, this could get interesting very quickly.
So you guys want to, if we're going to call on staff duty, I need a staff duty number, and at least let me know what I'm getting into. Like what unit I'm calling, what level, like am I calling division? Am I calling brigade? Am I calling battalion? All right, Ian's thrown out the I'm way too wasted to call and talk to Allie thing. Come on.
Come on,
dude.
pussy. God, grow a set, dude. I'm not gonna bite you hard.
I got dibs on Mom.
Somebody from the main page is trying to get me to call a.
Yeah, I wonder who that is. I don't know who the fuck is doing that one.
Who is that?
I don't know. I don't have this. I don't have the super admin account where I can tell who posts and shit. Now, I don't have that. I'm not that.
Go to the water cooler and make them fess up.
Yeah, shit, huh? So, hey, did you? Who posted this shit?
I want to know what I'm getting into, man. Like who I'm going to be talking to.
Can I ask them if they like butt sex?
Oh.
Well, I mean, we can talk about butt sex. I mean, if you want to talk about butt sex to the CQ, that'd be all right, or staff duty, that'd be okay too.
Yeah, just ask them how they feel about.
No. Allie, a completely 100% empirical study of butt sex. That's all it is. Just say, hey, do you like butt sex? Be clinical and sterile about it.
Right. Okay. I can do that. I can make that happen.
All right. So what we're going to need to do then is get preferably the runner on the phone for Allie to talk to, because typically that's going to be a younger soldier, a little less experienced in the ways of the world. And if we're going to talk about butt sex, I want to talk about butt sex to a 18, 19, 20 something.
Oh,
and not the fucking sergeant first class who's been around and has heard everything.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't know if you
try not to fuck up marriages or anything.
I don't know if you guys
Well, I mean,
you have some fucking mom, some wife calling,
guys are doing.
Yeah. I fucking.
No, he'll go home to his wife and be like, "Hey, can we try butt sex?"
Yeah, and then he's thinking he's got some on the side, and just, where did this come from?
I got this phone call tonight. While I was on staff duty. It's the craziest thing. Some chick called and started talking about butt sex. Vivian, we'll talk to drill sergeants. No problem.
Oh, God.
I just don't want to talk to, like the first sergeant who's going to fucking, yell at us and stuff.
I think fucking, yeah, because, drill sergeants are, the most senior ranking guy is a fucking sergeant first class anyway, so.
Right.
We could pull rank.
Sure. Stefan's giving me a number. It's intelligence analysts, soldiers.
That would go over their heads.
That's proven. That's straight up. So, yeah.
So call them or no?
No, well, I mean, yeah, if you want. Do we have any intel units that we can call?
Well, Stefan gave me a number.
Okay. I mean, if they'll go over their heads, it'll be fun.
All right, we'll call them. Hold on.
Oh, so much innuendo happening.
All right.
Maybe if they hold their breath, they could survive a fire. But anyways, I don't think that they're going to be able to provide they'll be all fucking like, who's this? And they're going to be running like an OSINT package on us saying, okay.
We need like a line unit. Fort Hood reception staff duty. Oh, that could be a lot of fun. Oh,
Hell
my
yeah.
God. Here we go. All right, thank you.
Oh, God.
Fort Hood reception.
Love you, Spanky.
Did that come from Spanky?
Fort Hood reception. I remember my time there. Oh, what a terrible place.
Sit there.
Ugh. All right. No, this is not what I want to do at all. Fuck off. How do I get the thing up to make a call? Why is this so complicated? Wait. Oh, I got it. All right, Allie, you gonna do this?
Yeah, I mean, how do you want me to roll with it?
You're like a 900.
I say get right into it.
Yeah. Just say hi. I'm Allie, and what do you feel about butt sex? I don't know. Don't you want them to know that they be don't you want them to know that we're part of the fucking WTF Nation Radio? I mean, is that what we're kind of going to as well?
I mean, they need to know at some point, like before the call's terminated, that it's WTF Nation Radio calling.
Okay, I got it. I mean, I've prank called before. I got it. I got
Okay, good. All right. I love it. Now let's do this.
Don't fail me.
I gotta turn my microphone off.
Yeah, same here.
No giggling because it'll fuck me up.
Ported Process Control, Staff Sergeant Davis speaking. How may I serve you?
Yes. My name is Allie, and I was wondering if you could help me out with something.
Okay.
How do you feel about anal sex? Hello? Hello?
I wonder how the Bears feel about anal sex.
I'm thinking they like it. I'm thinking they
Vikings
like
do.
it. They seem to get ass raped a lot.
Maybe the Packers
Yeah.
take a whole offensive line for anal sex. I mean, is that possible at all?
I don't know. Cam Newton's been taking it pretty hard too. He's been
No?
getting
Nothing?
he's been getting bent over. Can you hear me?
It would be kind of crazy, right? Like an entire offensive line up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's maybe 6 or 7 Bentleys they probably drive or something. Or no, they're more like F-150 drivers for trucks. That'd be a little more interesting.
What are your feelings on it? How do you feel about it? I mean, are you a fan? Oh, I think I got hung up on.
You should have said, hi, I'm doing a study for WTF Nation Radio.
What the fuck, man? That was one of the weirdest fucking prank calls we've ever done.
I thought he was gonna roll with it, and then
quiet, man.
I almost feel like I should call that dude back and tell him what just happened.
Yeah.
Yes, you should.
All right, okay.
Do it.
All right. I think that dude deserves an explanation.
yeah.
He was pretty quick on his feet. I mean, there was a lot of
was.
silence there, but.
Ported Process Control, Staff Sergeant Davis speaking. How may I serve
Hey,
you?
Sergeant, listen. That was one of the better calls that we've ever done. This is Red Lake from WTF Nation Radio. U.S. Army WTF moments. Have you heard of us?
Yeah.
Yeah. We were just talking right after you hung up. That was probably one of the more interesting calls that we've ever done. You weren't really biting. I like how you used football for all of your analogies.
So you got to. The funny part is, too, is I've actually so there was a blowjob guy at Bragg who used to call all the time, and I get that call probably 3 or 4 times on staff duty, which is why, so I'm just immune to it now. So I'm just oh yeah, someone's calling for this. Cool.
Okay, so Fort Hood, you're at the replacement, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I went through that place in January of 1995.
Right.
Is it still as terrible now as it was? That's kind of an unfair question to ask you.
It's probably about 200 times worse than you could probably imagine. I've said that. It's like a slow death every day. It's terrible giving people oh yeah, I'm going. It's man, There's a better place in the Army. That's all I got to say.
Oh my God. What a good sport this guy is, man.
Yeah.
All right. Listen, we'll let you get back to the game, man. Thank you for playing along.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Have a good night, Sarge.
You too.
All right. That dude gives zero fucks, man, at all.
What a cool dude, man.
Right? I mean, listen, our calls have run the gamut from just initially hanging up and then never answering the phone again to dudes like that. The guy's trying to make the best of a bad situation.
He said he was immune to it too, so he was like, "Yeah, I have some blowjob guy Fort Bragg, so I'm like,
I've never heard of the blowjob guy from Fort Bragg before."
Yeah, so
yeah, this guy's the real MVP.
We should have took his information.
Oh my God,
He sent him a sticker.
That dude deserves a stick. Listen, if you have to work staff duty at the fucking the replacement battalion at Fort Hood, Texas, you deserve something.
Oh, call him back and tell him to,
I'm not going to call it. He's trying to watch football. Can you hear it in the background?
Yeah,
Yeah, he's having a good night
Who's playing tonight?
until we called and interrupted.
I tried to make it better.
Well, that's all right. In the off chance that the gentleman that we just called is listening to the show, if you want a sticker, we'll give you one. Get in touch with us. That's funny. I mean, I almost didn't know how to handle that. The dude was so cool that it was like, all right. I mean, we can do another one if you guys want to throw another number at us.
You could do, what about, you could do like Fort Sam, and I could get some medical advice on lubrication.
On butt
for
sex?
anal sex.
Mm,
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And preventing STDs.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you almost would get a lecture probably on that.
Yeah, probably. Anal sex as a form of birth control.
What is this? Authorities have closed a portion of Highway 57 in Long County. What state is this?
Georgia, I think.
I think you're
Yes.
right. Standoff, possible explosive situation. Authorities have closed a portion of Highway 57 in Long County. Yeah, due to what Georgia Bureau of Investigation Agent Richard Niles calling a law enforcement situation. The road is closed to eastbound traffic at Bag Cemetery Road. Traffic's being rerouted. The situation on Highway 57 has to do with a man who's claiming he has explosives strapped to him. Currently, EOD teams from Fort Stewart and the Georgia Bureau of Investigation are on hand trying to defuse the situation. As more details are made available, we'll get you some updates. What the fuck?
Damn.
So, what? Let me look at that again, dude. Fort Stewart, EOD teams, GBI's on hand. If anybody can dig up some more information on that, I only got 1,000 windows open. I can close the Hillary Clinton windows, I think.
Well, I'm kind of working on that. So
Hey, Ice, best medic competition. Not won by a fucking National Guard team.
Once again, National Guard is just raking them in, man.
Well, not won by the National Guard this time. With only 8 weeks' notice, Sergeant Derek Bosley found out he would be competing in a 72-hour contest to name the Army's top combat medics. The 33-year-old Ranger paired up with Staff Sergeant Noah Mitchell, a fellow Ranger, to compete in the Army's Best Medic competition held in the San Antonio area. Both Mitchell's original partner and backup partner had suffered injuries before the competition began, making them unable to participate. I looked at him and said, I guess we're going into this and straight winging it, Mitchell recalled. So these two Rangers from the active duty component actually won a best insert thing here competition. The National Guard been killing it.
Yeah, they won the Sullivan Cup. They won the Best Ranger competition. They won the they won another one too. They won the I guess some sort of jumping competition for paratroopers. They've just been ripping it up. Active Army, I don't know.
Wasn't the best like tank crew?
Yeah, that's the Sullivan Cup.
That's the Sullivan Cup, right? Okay, all right, got it.
Best tank crew, beat the fuck out, straight up.
Oh my God. Thank you, active duty component, for finally winning a best insert here fucking competition. Jesus.
So that means they're good at the TMC. So you meant, but that's telling me that
the TMC, what?
active duty's good at the TMC and bad at warfighting. Is that what that means?
Congratulations to these two Rangers for winning that competition. I mean, at least we didn't get beat out by some foreign unit. All right, let's see.
During the fucking worldwide best tank competition, that was Germany that beat us.
Yeah, you're right. Let's see. What's this Mud Puppy numbers given? Mud Puppy's giving me a number 164, Fort Stewart, Georgia. Runners are alone. There's no NCO there. Is this 164 armor? Yikes.
Tanks. Anybody wants some tanks?
Hey, how you guys doing?
You kind of sound like a tanker.
What kind of tanks you got over there?
Hanging out. You guys. It sounds like
you guys got some tanks.
It sounds like me because I was in the hospital for a little bit. I was intubated.
This is what I sound like. I'm recovering from pneumonia. You want to call his armor unit?
Let's do it.
Fuck yeah, man! Ask them how they feel about butt sex.
Oh, tankers love butt sex.
Or having the Sullivan Cup get butt sex from by the National Guard.
That's even worse. How you guys feel about getting beat out by a National Guard unit for the Sullivan Cup? You like it in the ass? All right. Don't call him. We'll let Allie talk to him about butt sex. We turn my fucking microphone off. I start giggling, dude, and I can't control it.
I was rolling when she was talking to the guy.
I was too. All right, here we go.
Armor Staff, this is Corporal Snelling. This line is unsecured. How may I help you, sir, ma'am?
Yes, my name is Allie, and I'm calling. I'm hoping you can help me out with an issue I'm having.
Okay.
Well, see, my husband, he wants to try anal sex, and I just wanted to get another opinion on it, like another man's perspective. Is that weird? How do you feel about it?
I can't really speak to that right now, ma'am.
I mean, are you for it? Are you against it? Do you think it's nasty? I mean, it's kind of gross, putting something in your poop chute, don't you think?
Just 1 second, ma'am.
Okay, you got to tell them that you're part of WTF Nation Radio, or else it's going to hang up.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Hey, man, this is an unsecure line. This is only to be used for emergencies. I need you to hang up and call another line if you got other questions, but we can only help you with questions that pertain to the security of the battalion at the moment.
Okay, okay. We're calling from WTF Nation Radio. You familiar with U.S. Army?
I'm sorry, ma'am. You have to hang up right now.
Oh, come on, dude.
Your line, you're not allowed to call.
Better hang up now.
All right, man. Oh, my God, dude. All right.
Who gave you an emergency line?
Emergency staff duty's an emergency line. No, fuck out of here.
It's fucking 911 is the emergency line. I think worldwide, right?
911.
Yeah.
See what I'm talking about, dude? It's a stark contrast. The guy that we called at Fort Hood at the replacement battalion was totally cool. This dude's all fucking. Hey, I am a tinker. I don't want to talk about butt sex right now. It's a sensitive subject with me.
Maybe he was trying to hint, like, call me back on this other number, and I'll fucking give you an earful.
He didn't give you the number.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he probably assumed we knew what he was talking about. Though.
I don't know how to do numbers. I'm a tinker. Fuck, man.
Oh, classic. What was like, they're talking about butt sex on the phone.
Poor bastard. I like how he passed you off to the fucking NCO.
Yeah, he did.
Wait a minute, he is an NCO.
Don't pay me
Kinda.
for this shit.
You need to hang the phone up. You need to hang it up now.
This is for emergencies. This is only for security of the battalion. You need to hang up now.
Okay, so throughout staff duty or CQ, how many fucking phone calls do they really get?
Probably not very many, but I would think that come on, lighten the fuck up, dude.
Exactly.
Oh my God, somebody's talking about butt sex on an unsecure line.
What's that mean?
This is an unsecured line. We can't talk about butt sex. Call me on my cell phone.
That would be awesome if he had given me like another number to call.
Yeah, we would have called it too. Fuck that guy.
All about it.
That would have. Oh God.
Stop calling me. I just made Staff Sergeant.
Or did it hold Dependent Brigade again?
Uptight motherfucker. Oh, the Depender Brigade. Yeah. The 775th Depender Brigade. That's a good call.
So, one of our listeners said, now have ICE call back and say that NCO shouldn't have been so much of a dick.
Call back as the Sergeant Major.
Sergeant Major, I might know him.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man. Hey,
Stop calling me.
Hey, did some girl call him about butt sex? God damn it. Fuck, I missed that phone call.
Hey, Sergeant, did my daughter just call about butt sex again?
My God, man, I got this
Yeah.
shit. Oh, call up about my shit. Damn, bro.
Oh, my God.
It's about butt sex.
Hey, this is this is the battalion Sergeant Major. Did my daughter call you again? I'm talking about butt sex.
God damn it, did she call again? WTF groupie.
Oh, that was the staff duty officer, not the staff duty NCO. All right, thanks, Mud Puppy, for getting us on the phone with the fucking staff. Some scared ass first lieutenant. Ma'am,
fuck.
This is for emergencies only. Have you ever heard of U.S. Army WTF moments? This is for emergencies only. I need you to hang up now. Dude, you can hang up. Just fucking hang up. Stop being a pussy. No, you hang up first. Oh, Mud Puppy's talking to the staff duty NCO on the phone. I bet Mud Puppy and the staff duty NCO at the unit we just called are dying fucking laughing right now. I guarantee you they are. Promise you they are. We should call fucking Paris Island.
Oh God. Oh my God.
Call fucking Marine Corps fucking MCRD Paris Island.
Let's do it.
Or Cherry Point here in North Kakalaki.
Oh my God. I think we should do the prank calls in moderation. We're gonna fucking people are gonna be like, hey, they're gonna it's some fucking 5-star general somewhere. I know there's no more 5-star generals. General Odierno is gonna send down a fucking Al Ragners. What's the fucking terminology here, Ice?
Isn't he retired now?
Oh, General Odierno. It's gonna be General Milley. It's gonna be fucking sending
that's
down
right.
Al-
Don't answer the phone from fucking WTF Nation Radio.
415-889.
Yeah.
What's funny is that when it rings, it comes up on unknown caller.
Yep. Exactly. If it says unknown caller or 415, answer it. Blessed be Ordiano, so Harambe all.
I think Phil says call J Deuce. I think J Deuce is out in San Diego. Is he in San Diego or Paris Island? I think he's out in San Diego.
No, actually, he just PCS'd to Paris Island.
Oh, so he's at Paris Island. All right.
Yes, he's actually
call J Deuce. We'll call the fucking
drill instructor would be the correct Marine term.
Yeah, he's a drill instructor. I'll call and ask for J Deuce. How about that?
Yeah.
Can I speak to J Deuce, please?
Who the fuck is J Deuce?
Hey, this is Red Leg. Can I speak to J Deuce, please?
Red Leg.
Hey, listen, if you'll let me talk to J Deuce, I got a big old box of crayons and a big tub of glue over here you can eat. Just put me on the phone with J Deuce.
Is there like some sort of inter-service?
Would you like his legal name?
No.
No, we don't need to do that. I know his name.
Okay.
I don't want to put it on the air. People are going to call
Well,
and
I
ask
know.
him.
I was going to send it to you in a message.
Hey, hi, this is Red Leg. Can I speak to J Deuce, please? Who's J Deuce? Listen, dude, I know you know who J Deuce is. I got one of the big old boxes of crayons with the built-in sharpener and a big old tub of Elmer's glue for you to eat if you put me on the phone with J Deuce right now. Fucking Marines. Ugh.
Wow, Bella Wood. Wow, Semper Fi. Wow,
Chesty Puller.
Tripoli.
I got one more news story that I wanted to talk about in the midst of all this bullshit to see maybe if I could pique somebody's interest. It involves the FBI. It also involves Harry Reid.
No way.
Oh. Ooh, it sounds kind of juicy.
Oh, yeah. In a letter to FBI Director James B. Comey on Sunday night, outgoing Senate Minority Leader Harry M. Reid has gone off the fucking deep end. He says, I'm going to skip all this crap, except to tell you that Harry Reid seems to think that Comey's disclosure that the FBI is looking into a new Hillary Clinton investigation may have violated the Hatch Act. Reid says, in my communications with you and other top officials in the national security community, it's become clear that you possess explosive information about close ties and coordination between Donald Trump, his top advisors, and fill in the blank right here, ICE. No?
Inhabiting?
The Russian government.
And China, right? Now they're
China.
Yeah. Well,
so many sighs of exasperation.
No, here's the thing. Like in the past, Comey, it's been proven he's been a Democrat. So, like, they're acting like Comey is, conspiring against the Democrat Party, which I find fucking hilarious.
Reid is saying that he's been told the FBI has evidence of possible collusion between the Trump campaign and the Russian government. And he's not just saying this information came from mysterious and unnamed national security officials. He's saying Comey himself has left them with this impression.
Okay, here's the thing. Like Harry Reid and the fucking cunt, what was her name? Nancy Pelosi.
Oh my God.
They should have done fucking retire long ago. They have their heads so far up Hillary's ass, and the whole fucking the socialism and democratic thing, really, they're delusional right now. I'm just saying.
Well, it's almost like they're using improper terms of what the actual act is actually about. It's like saying the Second Amendment is only meant for fucking water guns, not real guns. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Firearms. It's almost like saying that you have to have a horse and buggy as opposed to a vehicle, as a car, because the law was originally intent for a horse and buggy, not a fucking car, not taking into account for the evolution and the advancement of technology. It's the same thing for an act of, pernicious political activities, which is the Hatch Act of 1939. That's not the fucking way. I'm all about constitutional law and shit. So these motherfuckers right here are thinking that there's some sort of members of the, executive.
The original, founding fathers in the Constitution.
It just basically has evolved because there were some individuals who were fucking involved in some shit that were involved in political activity to sway a fucking election. Hey, hello. Now all of a sudden both parties now want to act all high and mighty and fucking holier than thou when it comes to political activities, because it seems like one of them is going to lose, especially the one that's currently in fucking power. It's the executive branch of the fucking federal government, except for the president, the vice president, and certain designated high-level officials of that branch from engaging in some sort of fucking political activity. That's what the Hatch Act is all about.
Democrats, including Reid, have argued for months and months that the Russian government wants Trump elected president, citing hacks into Democrats that intelligence officials say probably originated in Russia. Trump himself has stoked the fire by saying nice things about Russian President Vladimir Putin, and his former campaign manager's ties to Russian interests are well chewed over. There's no public evidence to support Reid's claim of actual coordination between the Trump campaign and the Russian government. Were that to be the case, it would be the scandal of epic proportions. Asked what evidence exists of such a connection, Reid spokesman Adam Gentleson cited classified briefings. There have been classified briefings on this topic, he says. That's all I can say. So they're accusing...
Yeah.
They're both pointing fingers at each other saying you're being vague.
Okay, but here's the thing. With Trump, obviously, with him being a businessman before, with this whole election thing, how was he going to be involved in those classified briefings? And not just that,
Trump was involved in classified briefings because once you're elected as a primary elected of that party,
yes,
you are privy to some level of classification, but you are not given the complete. Once you get elected, that's when you get the Book of Secrets type shit.
Okay, now here's my next question. I I do my research. I've been trying to, find out, from here and there, like, Hillary is, the whole, thing that she's done with Russia and her, like, negotiations oh, fuck it. Not you.
Selling about 15 to 30% of our fucking uranium reserves to Russia.
Exactly. So, like, here they're trying to say it's all Trump, but, like with the Clinton
Hillary.
Foundation.
If there's anybody that lives in the fucking Ukraine, I'm surprised they have not fucking, burnt fucking effigies of fucking Hillary. So if you really want to get in the fucking Hatch Act, Harry Reid, then guess what? Let's involve some of the fucking people that are involved. Like, I don't know, the Department of Justice, because they fall under the fucking Hatch Act. The National Security Agency, fucking Debbie Rice. Let's go ahead and actor that fucking bitch in there too. Oh, I'm sorry, the Internal Revenue Service, the motherfuckers who've been investigating Democrats or Republican fucking parties and PACs. Let's involve those guys. We could go on and on if you want. Let's go into the fucking Senior Executive Service. These are the guys, the SESs. These are the guys that hire these level appointed positions that you see, like the director of or the commissioner, all that. So if you really want to get to the Hatch Act, Harry Reid, please, let's do it.
The Washington Post, dude, the Washington Post says this is the political equivalent of Reid lighting a match, dropping it on a dry ground, and walking away. The Washington Post said that. Yes.
Yes. As a matter of fact, the Washington Post just announced that Hillary go ahead to step down because of this. Because everyone has had their hands ensnared in so much shit now. Now, and he's right, if you want to invoke the Hatch Act, you are going to involve the CIA, the Department of Justice, the DIA, the FBI, the Federal Election Commission, the fucking, just name it, NSA, National Security Council, the IRS, the ATF, the fucking Secret Service. You're going to name all these agencies involved. If you drop that Hatch Act and there's hearings on this shit, it's going to be so fucking unreal about how corrupt our fucking government is. I'm surprised motherfuckers, I don't want to say it, but I'm just going to say, have not already thinking about taking up arms or taking control of it.
You want to talk about Reid's credibility? Back in 2012, he said that he'd been told that Mitt Romney hadn't paid any taxes over the preceding 10 years.
Oh, imagine that.
Reid offered
Trump hasn't paid
he
taxes.
offered no proof, and his claim turned out to be wrong. But he injected the idea into the campaign and left it up to Romney, the Republican presidential nominee, to disprove it. As recently as last month, Reid offered absolutely no apologies for his incorrect claim, suggesting that it had been it had the intended effect. He even called it, quote, one of the best things I've ever done. This dude's credibility is total shit.
I agree, it is. And you know what? It's another thing. Like, Twitchy. I kind of follow them. I don't know if anybody else does. They even said, like, the White House, the president, Obama himself. They're like, okay, fucking Hillary's on her own. We have no, like, I want to say they cut off any association with her, but they're just like, fuck, we don't know. Like, we're just our own thing.
Dylan says World War III, question mark. Okay.
I don't think so.
Well, let me pose a question. What's going to come first, World War III or another civil war in America?
That's a tough one.
I'm leaning towards civil war, but
I'm
not hoping for war anywhere. But let's look at the current climate in the United States. Civil war. Brian says civil war.
Agreed.
I agree too.
I agree too. It's going to happen. It's going to get. Everything is so fucking inflamed right now. You can almost feel it. The tension. Think about it. We were just talking about earlier. Goddamn, where all these kids? How come these kids aren't trick or treating? It's like there's something happen. So you almost feel like there's something going to happen.
I talked. You know what? I had this talk with my 16-year-old daughter a while back, probably about a month ago, maybe a little bit longer. Somehow I got into the subject of politics with my 16-year-old daughter, and I told her that we as a country were looking at another civil war. Maybe not in my lifetime, I told her, but possibly in yours. What a shitty thing to have to tell your kid, man.
Yeah.
This country's tearing itself apart, and I think we got on the topic because of the current climate as it pertains to race relations. And I get that a lot of people say, well, that was not the actual cause of the first Civil War, but it had a lot to do with it. slavery and whatnot, and I'm not. Listen, I'm not by any means trying to pass myself off as a proponent for slavery. Quite the contrary. But it's a race issue, and I think it is going to contribute to another civil war in this country before it's all over with. Between the, the administration, the chief executive of the United States of America being so biased and enabling what basically amounts to domestic terrorism. Yeah, it's going to happen, dude. It's going to happen. Maybe not in my lifetime. Maybe not in my kid's lifetime. It's coming. Mark my words. Mark my words, you whippersnappers.
It's a good thing, remember.
Yeah. Remember what I said. Put that in your history book, you.
On Halloween 2016, we said fuck.
Are entirely
it's
too
recorded,
convincing.
so it's on record.
Get off of my lawn. Get out of my yard.
Damn, Baby Ice was a coat hanger, baby. Shut up.
One of the things that gets me talking about, it happening in your kids' lifetimes is, my 8-year-old comes home from school talking about, they've watched the news in class and they've showed them these things that are going on. And she's like, Mom, I just don't understand. Like, how do you explain that to them?
Well, I mean, my son, he's 11, and Minnie, she's 9, and they've come home, and the kids in her classroom are telling her, if your parents vote for Trump, they are racist.
Oh yeah, yeah, we get that too.
So like, I mean, I've always told my kids that they've had their own, to come up with their own opinion about the candidates, and I explained to them the election process and the candidates and stuff like that. And they see they see Hillary Clinton and everything that's going on. They ask so many questions, and I try to give them the best information that I can. But to find out that their kid, the children in their classroom are telling them that they're fucking racist, for that their parents are voting for Trump. Like, really?
Well, that's kind of the definition of racism. To accuse somebody of being racist because of the political candidate they support is another form of racism, and if you see it any other way, then you're blind.
Yeah, you're perpetuating it by doing that.
I've made no. I would like to think that everybody who has listened to my show in the past understands that I think that both of these candidates are unfit to run the United States of America. I think the whole thing's a sham. I keep waiting to get up on one morning and see the news and have the news media say, we're just kidding. These are not the actual candidates. Here are your real candidates. Go out and vote for, for the people who are actually qualified. It's turned into a popularity contest instead of...
But when
what the fuck is this reality TV? Are we talking about the chief executive of the United States of America? It's a sham. The whole thing's a sham.
Okay, so when you see everybody's posting this thing about the lesser two evils, the more shit they come up with Hillary and her involvement with the emails and other shit, it's like I can get the whole lesser of two evils. Like, okay, Hillary
I can't. Nah, I can't. The people elected them. There is no such thing as a lesser
subjective. Right. They're the candidates because we chose them as candidates. It's a reality TV show. I'm sorry, Raptor Mom. I don't mean to stomp all over you, but
no, it's okay. But I kind of can see it though. You're like, well, fuck. Am I going to elect this bitch who obviously surpassed violating OPSEC, or this dude who can't, he's like Trump. He's not very eloquent in his speech and shit.
This guy's never been a politician.
Exactly.
What I'm going to say, I don't give a fuck what he has done in his past, because you know why? He's never stepped into the fucking political arena or in the ring to do anything. He's never been elected to office. He's never been fucking elected to any type of political position. He's never been director of anything in our fucking cabinets. He's never been elected to even be a goddamn fucking commissioner in the fucking state that he lives in. So I really can't say he's not qualified. Obama wasn't qualified. Lincoln wasn't qualified. Reagan wasn't qualified. Fucking Bush wasn't qualified. I'll talk shit about all of them. All of them weren't. Nope. There is no fucking presidential fucking course that the government has for you to attend to see if it fucking passes. These two individuals were elected for their specific primaries with their respective parties to be fucking running for office. That's it. There is no such thing as lesser of two evils. If you want to say that the majority rules, and this is why we have an election, and then that's it. You got to be satisfied. Like, Red Lake, I hear you, man. You're like, oh God.
The people of America, you caused this.
Yeah, exactly. I was just about to say, hey, this is what y'all fucking wanted. Let's see what happens. See what happens. I mean,
no, I see it all. I do. I see it all. But the thing is like, with Trump, on the GOP side, the Republican side, they're fucking tired of I guess you could say, the establishment.
Yeah, but most of it, everyone says is going to be another civil. Just like the Civil War, everyone always likes to harp on one specific issue. This is going to be just like the Civil War was before. It was a catalyst. There's going to be a series of events to where it was, for instance,
exactly
rights, the Missouri Compromise, the Dred Scott decision, the abolitionist movement. Fucking some slavery was a portion of it. Fucking Harriet Tubman, fucking Uncle Tom's Cabin, written by a woman who fucking everyone was accused of her starting the war. Abraham Lincoln's a fucking election, and then finally the catalyst was the bombing of fucking Fort Sumter. That was it. That was a catalyst. So all this stuff was leading all the way up to it. It wasn't just fucking slavery. It was all these events that were happening, and then bam,
somebody finally pulled the trigger.
And it's everyone's on like Donkey Kong.
4 years. Or 5 if you live in Texas.
4.5 if you live in Texas. Exactly.
Hey, I mean,
hey, Chris. Chris says I didn't pick any of the candidates, and why do we have to be told who we can choose from? Why can't we decide who we want to choose from? Yeah, it's a good question. Did you vote? Write in your candidate. The American people have been so brainwashed into thinking that this is exclusively a two-party system, and it's not. The two-party system is one of the worst things that ever happened to the United States of America. You shouldn't have to pick from the American League and the National League. Who's more qualified? Neither of these two idiots that are running right now.
Like, I was reading into the whole,
John.
The election. Okay, Here's what I'm talking about. Like some states, if you write in a party for the presidential election, the federal elections, they will throw that vote out. It's not qualified. They throw it out.
Well, I got you know what? I got 2 words for you, Raptor Mom. Electoral college.
Yes, I agree with you, Red Lake.
We're not a democracy. We're not a democracy.
No, we're not.
We're an elected republic.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
That's all.
So
I have to say
a lot of
that.
people, they can write in Harambe as they want, but
that would kind of be a wasted vote because Harambe's dead.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, exactly, but they can write in anybody like D's nuts.
D's nuts. All right, real quick before the show's over with, Jay Reddy's called in.
Oh shit!
Hey.
Make it quick.
Hey.
Make it quick, Jay.
What's up? So I saw today, I was watching a bunch of different videos about all this bullshit. So what it boils down to, and this is in my eyes. So you've got which STD you want to pick to be president. So
hey, look at it this way. Gonorrhea you could cure with the antibiotic, but like AIDS, you're fucked.
Let him talk, Raptor Mom. You really are a fucking raptor. Let him finish. Go.
Cállate.
So if Hillary gets voted in, she is going to get indicted, period. This is going to happen. She's getting indicted. And what would that do to the whole shebang? Everybody, WikiLeaks
We have Kane, the vice president or the running mate.
Cállate.
Cabrona. So WikiLeaks is fucking everybody's fucking macaroni on this shit. And that is all going to be super fucked. The whole government is going to be just running around with their dicks out. But Trump, if he gets hired, it's just going to be 4 years of a fucking cum shot Republican like we always fucking know, and he's going to clean house, hopefully. Trump's the fucking safe bet. He's a dbag.com, but Hillary is going to fucking kill us. Putin's going to come over here and fucking teabag us. And
there's we all regardless of who wins, Jay Reddy, we as a country lose.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
If people
I've already casted my vote.
Okay.
Hey.
All right. Listen, I got to wrap this shit up, homeboys and ladies, home ladies.
Bye.
Was that correct grammar? Home ladies, home chicks, home girls, home girls.
Yeah, I mean, today's the day and age, sure.
Home.
Yeah.
Home bitch.
Hey, Blivets.
Blivets. The Blivet Brigade. Thank you guys for hanging out with me tonight.
Hey, no problem. I thought Uncle Tom's Cabin was written by Warrant.
That was the funniest comment of the night. I thought Uncle Tom's Cabin was a song by Warrant. It is.
Road fucking Uncle Tom's Cabin, not fucking Warrant.
It's a good
That is
song.
funny, though. Harriet Beecher Stowe. Fucking Abraham Lincoln was the one that said, "Hey, this little bitch fucking was the reason why the war started." That's Harriet Beecher Stowe.
I feel like I should play Uncle Tom's Cabin by Warrant just so you guys can get a taste of it. I'm not going to.
Yeah, you should.
I'm not going
Do
to.
it.
That's
Do it.
after show material.
Do it, fucker.
Do it.
Shut up.
Wrap your mouth.
Did you not know? Did
another
you
level.
not know Samuel Jackson fixed the America's deficit?
Oh, he did?
Samuel Jackson.
Samuel Jackson.
I don't know.
Like
I think-
what part
I think
did
Jay's
he play
good-
in a movie to fix the deficit?
I forgot what Cooter Pie said.
I got to get out of here, guys. The next time you all will see or hear from me will be Friday for Friday Night Fuckery on WTF Nation Radio. Tomorrow night, Drunk on a Tuesday with Raptor 7 and Stephen Hobbs. Wednesday, What the Fuck Wednesday with Jim Beam. Thursday, Sergeant's Time with, what's that guy's name?
Sí, con hielo.
Ice. Oh, yeah, Ice. Thursday, Sergeant's Time with Ice, The Nasty, and whoever else they can drag over here from the main page. And then I'm back on Friday. Everybody go check out, please, for the love of God, go check out WTFNationRadio.com where you can listen to past shows. You can check out our merchandise that if, you can't answer the board questions to win, at least you can buy it. The stickers aren't that expensive. What else is over there? Oh, the live chat. That's always a lot of fun. WTFNationRadio.com. Go look at it. Podcast available on Stitcher, iTunes, TuneIn Radio, Google fucking podcast thing. What's the Google Music, I guess?
Google Play is what it's called.
Google Play. All right. You can listen to WTF Nation Radio 24 hours a day, 7 days a week on the TuneIn Radio app and also at WTFNationRadio.com. Thank you, Danny from Girls for Gunslingers, for allowing me to hijack your page to simulcast. And what else? I think I covered it. Thank you, Jameson, for making such delicious whiskey for me to drink during the show. I'm glad I got a chuckle out of somebody. Thank you, thank you, Donald Trump, for your hair.
Talking up the election, I don't know.
Thank you, Donald
hair,
Trump, for your hair. Thank you, Hillary Clinton, for showing us how
being a crook.
incompetent the FBI is. What else? Oh, yeah. John says he listens to and watches the shows that he misses on YouTube. Go to YouTube, youtube.com/WTF Nation Radio.
Y'all fancy.